Oh, we look bomb.com. Oh, you got it hooked up. The Wiz has it hooked up. For real, for real. OMG. Wiz has it hooked up for real, for real. Dang. It looks phenomenal on...
Yeah,
Wiz, you freaking did it, because it looks phenomenal on all the devices. This is your masterpiece right here. Fist bump on that one.
It's just lights and a camera.
I'm overly impressed. I'm easily impressionable. No. I'm easily impressed. I mean, this is looking freaking awesome. I look like the queen. Because I am. Anywho. We up late tonight, Wiz. We're up late tonight.
This is how we used to do it.
This is how we used to do it. We back to our roots.
Yes.
We back to our roots.
If y'all didn't notice, we switched seats because this is how we used to do it when we used to be on
back
this.
in the day?
Yes.
When we used to be on this sofa in the beginning, early days of Tantra Talks on Sunday night.
With no followers. It's slowly building, though. It's slowly building. Tantra Talks with the Witch and the Wizard.
The Witch and the Wizard?
We are today looking at a topic that we just actually wanted to share, so it might be good that a lot of people ain't on.
It is. Oh. Inside joke.
No. Yeah. Pineapples.
That's our code word.
But it's all good. Yeah. But actually, it might be good because this is going how it's supposed to go. We thought about not doing it, blah, 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 la, la, la.
We were in a meditation and...
It took over.
Yeah, the meditation took over. It was awesome. It was an awesome meditation.
There's all kind of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we are here to talk about our ayahuasca experience. Obviously, the Wish has shared with her people. I obviously haven't been on my channel to share, but I will. Hey, life on the move, la!
Life on the move,
la! Oh,
we haven't seen you in forever.
And it's just us.
Oh,
on the Witch and the Wizard.
How awesome!
There's people on Battery Love, and there's somebody on my channel, I think. They're pinging it out. They got a bad connection. They must be in Mexico. So, Rolita Noble, Life on the Move Lot. Where have you been, boo?
Life on the Move Lot.
We miss you so much. We miss you so much, and we love you. Life on the Move. Let me just type it out.
Yes. I got into a relationship. Do tell.
Oh, that's what happened?
We can watch Tantra Talks with the Witch and the Wizard.
Get it.
So, what's happening tonight? Tonight, we're live on the Witch and the Wizard channel. We're also...
She said it's been draining. I'm sorry.
Life on the Move.
Hold up. So, you coming back for some healing and some filling? It's all good, baby. That's what we're here for.
You're in the right place.
And guess what?
We got something for you.
I'm glad she said that because I have an issue sometimes with people that are like, oh, I don't want to call you when I need something. That's what we're here for.
That's when you call, right?
That's what friends are for. Friends are to make other people's lives easier and better. If not, you're not really a good friend.
That's true.
Yeah, you're there for the good and the bad. And a lot of times it's the bad. It's all good.
It's all good.
Oh, thank you, Danielle, Miss Anderson. Thank you. Thank you for the happy belated birthdays. So we are here to talk about our ayahuasca.
Brazil. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. We love Brazil.
Brazil is awesome.
I didn't see that here. Where is it?
You caught me. Caught me.
No, it's all good. We're still trying to stream. Everybody who's on all the channels, go to the Witch and the Wizard if you want us to read your comments or messages.
Absolutely.
But we still love Brazil. Palo Velo.
Ooh, everywhere. So we're streaming live on the Witch and the Wizard channel tonight. So go to thewitchandthewizard.com and you can see the channel. By all means, subscribe to thewitchandthewizard.com, to the Witch and the Wizard channel, where you get the both of us. Now, on Roberto Amato, you get Roberto Amato. And on Valerie Love, you get Kaisi. On the Witch and the Wizard, you get the Witch and the Wizard.
And we'll read your comments and we'll respond.
Yes.
Um,
You can respond to your comments on The Witch and the Wizard because we can't watch all 3 channels at the same time. We love you.
No, yes.
Comments from all 3 channels at the same time.
We can't do it, yes. But we do love and appreciate you.
We love you.
So
grateful you're here.
let's go into the whole ayahuasca thing.
Let's do it, man.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
My channel, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten into it. I will go into it, and it'll be different because it'll be just my experience. We're going to share our experience. Val's already, Kaisi has already shared her experience on the Hey, Tania B.
Tania's little channel.
Tania.
Hey.
Yes.
Mwah.
So, how did this even happen? Well, the Witch and the Wizard had been looking at ayahuasca for a while. Mother Ayahuasca was calling Valerie, so you can just go ahead and talk about your side a little bit, and then I'll chime in a little bit.
Chime in a little bit?
I'll chime in a little bit.
For 2 years, Mother Ayahuasca had been calling me, but everything did not come together yet. It's almost like when God gives you something, or when she gave it to me, it wasn't like jump up that second and run on a plane and be in, I didn't even know where I was going. I didn't know who I was going to do it with. I didn't know who the shaman was going to be. I didn't know when it was going to take place. I only knew that I could hear the call. I could hear the call.
Life on the Moon said, can we talk about astral projection? I like that. You just came right in and talk about your needs. Love it.
Projection.
We're gonna talk about it. We'll see how it goes. Let's see, because we have no time limits here, but we do what we want.
Yeah, we do what we want.
So, which is great.
That astral projection is probably easier to do in an ayahuasca journey.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for me, it was the same thing, and the whole shaman thing, and I'm not sure who knows or whatnot, but I'm very tuned into that, and shamanistic practices, and Valerie says I'm a shaman.
He is a shaman.
I believe her a little bit, so
you've been doing some shamany things.
yeah, since an early age.
It comes naturally to
guess,
you, like you don't even have to do anything for it.
So what's crazy is that I always saw it. Val presented me with Ethnicas, and she said the angels gave it to me as Ethnicas. I was like, that sounds like it sounds like it's a company. And I saw it, and me being the animal that I am, I was like, this sounds like there's doctors and nurses, and it's like, girl, I'm trying to go into the woods by myself. Of course, she knew better. So, but it never happened. It never happened. So it never. You want to look at these or respond? I don't know. So it never happened. So, for me, it just so happened that I got an email, right? Or we got an email separately, and I saw that there was a ceremony on my birthday, on my 40th birthday. Now, we all know the importance and the value and the significance of a 40th birthday, especially in a man. Automatically I think about Lincoln, and I think about all this thing. We love you guys too.
Love you.
So
I can't believe I was actually looking this up, and when the wizard was in the wizard is on my frequency excited. Shaquana said that she's a shaman. I was born a shaman, she said.
Yeah, Shaquana, yes, we just definitely connect. So, amazingly, it just clicked, and the trip just came together. Obviously, spearheaded by the witch, because thank you, Danielle, thank you so much. So the witch made this thing happen because I was in, I said, it's great. It's for my birthday. I have things to do. I had to go to Dubai for some stuff. I had to travel. The cruise, which I ended up missing. And, it just didn't seem like it would fit, being gone for 6 weeks, then coming back, and then leaving for another 2 weeks. Stopping in Colombia, it was just too much. And before I noticed, we were registered. God made it happen. The witch was like, I was like, what in the world? God doesn't register people. I didn't put an application in. So, but the witch had different plans. So we ended up going, and I'll let you take it from there.
So we arrive in Peru. Should we go from the beginning? We arrive in Peru. We go from Peru on to hop in into the cab get some money at the airport. Hop in the Peru. Go to Tikawasi.
Yes,
Tikawasi, great spot.
We'll be putting up videos and pictures at some point.
Pictures on Tikawasi.
Yeah.
We'll be taking a group of people to Tikawasi. Incredible.
Yes.
Right? Incredible.
Yes.
So we get to Tikawasi, and then right away we just drop our bags and we go over to the Etnikas water place. Because they have a water place. So that happens the day before the ceremony.
Yes. It's a medical place. It's a medical center.
You got to drink 6 to 8 glasses of volcano water.
A volcanic water.
Yeah, you didn't like that part too much.
No, it was despicable. I want to say despicable, not
disgusting.
disgusting.
It was that bad?
It tasted so minerally.
Yeah, it's full of minerals.
And
sulfates, all that good stuff.
And we were full.
Right from the no, we fasted, remember?
Yeah, but I was full.
Oh, you were still full for breakfast
keto.
Early that morning.
Yeah, I'm on a ketogenic diet, so I'm not ever hungry, and I don't like water per se. I'm always drinking tea bless you.
Thank you.
I'm always drinking, excuse me. I'm always drinking tea or like sparkling water. But I'm not into the water, and when they told me 6 to 8 glasses.
6 to 8 of the tall, and they were tall. They weren't the little size. They were tall.
It was like a 16 ounce.
And she was filling it up too, wasn't she?
Yes, I was
She was happy to fill it up too. Did you know how happy she was?
This is number 2. I was like,
she was happy.
I was like, listen, boo, we don't do this in America. Yes.
Just take it back. Take it to the head. Just take it to the head.
So we took like 5 to 6
we
glasses.
We did all 6?
Well, yeah, we did. When was it that you first had your first bathroom?
4. I popped right away, like, woo.
The witch had a bathroom. And it's so crazy because there's something about when you have to go to the bathroom and people know what you're going through.
Yeah.
And they're there for you. They're waiting so they can give you some more glasses.
So they can give you some more to drink. They're waiting right outside the bathroom.
We instantly bonded. We were best friends forever. It was like we've gone to the worst parts
friends
of
poop together.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Interesting.
So
let me put it to the side then. Come Corey. I have this whoa. Let's put it to. Oh wow, that is so odd. Thank you. We can put it right over there. Yeah, that is so odd. Thank you for the 1111 super chat. That is so odd. That Corey's. Yeah, you can lay it right there. That Corey's. That is so odd. Okay. Maybe we were doing a little too much movement. I don't know what's going on with that. Thank you, Liz.
We didn't move.
I appreciate you. I'm being careful not to move with all this going on. Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah,
it was very interesting. So yeah, the water place, and what I liked about the water place is they had all the restrooms lined up. They had all right, and it was plumbing. It was indoor plumbing outside.
Yeah.
It was good toilets, perfect plumbing outside, and it had stalls like the condor stall or the jaguar stall or all of these like turtle stall. Those were animals that are indigenous to Peru. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that interesting that they had those on the outside of each bathroom? And so I claimed my bathroom. I have the jaguar or the panther or whatever, but I didn't think Wiz had to even be. I came back reborn. That's what she said, Wiz. I don't think we didn't have no problem with nobody using anybody else's bathroom because nobody wanted to have that experience. He's on one end, I was on the other. Oh yeah.
We're like 2 stalls
Keep
down
far
from each
away.
So let's get down to it. Let's get down to it.
Let's get down to it.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, and I don't know who has to go to work tomorrow night or whose kids are gonna be home. And so we had that. You get purged, you know.
Yeah.
You get cleansed out.
Detox.
Exactly, and we've been detoxing, you know, through the Wakaya products and the ketogenic diet. So we're pretty good on it. I mean, I think I drank like 5 or 6 waters before I got anything out. and it wasn't even that much. I was like, okay, I just did this 3 days ago. So like, she's like, it's gonna be pure liquid. I was like, it's been like that for 3 days. She's like, well, when there's nothing left, I was like.
That's exactly right. And what comes out the back end looks just like what's going in the front end. You know you are pretty washed out. You're clear and clear. Yeah, deep detox.
All right.
Deep detox. Mm-hmm.
So the next day, so we take that day off. We went to a nice little not vegetarian, it was a vegan place.
Yeah, that's
amazing vegan place.
Green
oh my gosh, Greenpoint was amazing.
Greenpoints.
Because, I was like, you're bringing me to a vegan place? Like,
I didn't know it was vegan, though.
So, what I didn't tell you that was trifling was that when that happened, I was like, did Valerie plot this? Did she ask the lady,
where's a vegan
I'm a vegan. I need a vegan restaurant.
But I'm not vegan, though.
Yeah, but that's the consciousness. So I was like, I know she didn't plot this. She knows I like to eat meat. Like, I can't eat here.
Definitely.
I was like, it's all right, because I'm not supposed to eat the heavy meat right now. So, but it was an amazing place. I had a great lentil soup.
Oh, my God. That food was so good.
Great presentation. We saw, I know we went back. We saw a grilled platter, a grilled for two platter that we saw, and we went back and ended up getting it.
Yeah.
But, so, checked into our rooms. And had a great night, whatever, sleep or whatever. I don't know if you slept, but I know I was knocked out.
Yeah, I slept the night. Yeah.
The next morning, they pick us up.
Yeah.
It was like we got kidnapped. They picked us up. Yeah. They threw us in a van. We could see a couple other white people with us. I was like, huh? You from Jersey? You from Australia?
Wonderful people.
Actually,
my
Canada.
God. Incredible
we met
people.
Two amazing people.
Amazing.
We could share the names probably, but it doesn't matter. So we should actually interview some of them.
Yeah.
Invite them in at some point. Mm-hmm. But one was R. We'll just call her R. She was amazing. She was from Australia. Young female that was so well put together, and and was still young, lost, and looking, but was there at the age of 23, backpacking through
23.
God knows what. About to go fix mouths and teeth and all that. Yes, exactly.
I was God, she was amazing.
At 23, I was like,
I wouldn't even think about no Mother Ayahuasca at 23. At 23, I was crazy as I don't know what.
Is
right?
That's the new
is
club?
That in this?
Is that the new nightclub?
Is that in this dimension? Wasn't nowhere near thinking about, was nowhere near the spiritual. You can tell that some of these millennials and some of these young people have come in with just this incredible consciousness, because she had been traveling for 5 weeks on her own, right? 5 weeks, was
on
it?
her own.
All through
young,
Amazon.
Good looking. I would have been scared.
Gorgeous.
I would have been like, I'm not going over those Spanish people.
With her backpack on her back?
Yes, and was prepared.
What?
Knew where everything was telling us where to go.
She was telling us where to go. You want to get to this bus? Well, you got to go this and this and just do this.
She was amazing. She was amazing.
Incredible.
Incredible. So we dig into her story. What was funny was this, that when I first went in, I saw a guy and I was like, ooh, here goes my other self. And then
in the van you're talking about?
No, and when we first went to, he was the one that opened the door for me.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
I see you now.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm looking at myself.
And he smiled at me. He was like, hey.
Wow.
I was like, hi, I'm here again. So, and then you made a comment of, imagine if everyone here is a strand or a piece of our consciousness, which was absolutely right. Which made absolute sense, and I didn't even think about it. And it was true. Yeah. Because you connected with the young lady.
Yeah, she was my roommate. She turned out to be my roommate.
She turned out to be a roommate, and there was a lot about you guys. And I saw some of me in her too. That desire to travel, to know, to learn. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That openness. She was so open.
Yes, but my ratchetness kept me in the club. Hers didn't. Switcheroo, we love you, brother.
Nowhere near the club.
She wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't nowhere near it. She was nowhere near it. Yeah. So it was crazy because we did see ourselves in it,
We did.
and we made other connections that was amazing.
Yeah.
But go ahead, I'll let you talk because I don't want to be doing all the
No,
talking.
no. Go right ahead. And then after we get to the ethnicas, they tell us about noble silence. Well, we already knew about noble silence in the email. Yeah. Noble silence means don't be a chatterbox, right, Valerie? Mm-hmm. And I love to talk and love talking to people. Mm-hmm. But I really didn't feel so much in that mood when I first got there. I just kind of was looking around, like acclimating mm-hmm. a little bit. And no food, fast completely on Wednesday. Yeah. And then Wednesday evening to get ready, they take us to our rooms. The rooms are very
cozy. Mine was cozy.
It's cozy, and now, can I say something about them Peruvian blankets? Do the Peruvian people know how to make some blankets? Yes, I mean, them blankets feel like you got a log on top of you. I mean, them blankets was heavy and thick.
So you don't move.
Oh my God! You get that blanket on you, you good. Like that blanket. OMG! I ain't never had no blankets like that in my life. And so,
they were heavy. I was
man, them blankets were nice.
It felt like nice. That. You know when you go take an X-ray and they put that heavy thing on you? That's how the blankets are. That's how I felt. I was like,
you be locked down when they put, and don't let them put two on you.
And that's what they were doing.
That's right.
It was like one here, one. I was like, why did you?
I can't even.
I was like, why are you doing all this? I'm gonna bust up out of here.
Because they know. Oh, they knew you was going. So we saw our rooms, and then we go to the ceremony. Now there's 3 ceremonies on Wednesday. We had the release ceremony, the flowering ceremony. Do they call it a release or more like a cleansing ceremony, or more like a bad vibes be gone ceremony? It was.
You talking about right before
the release ceremony, then the flowering ceremony, then the ayahuasca ceremony.
The day of the ceremony.
Yeah, yeah.
So what they did was we had we went out. They came and got it. They were like,
bless me.
You know, bless you. They were like,
Thank you.
It's time. I was like,
it's time. Yeah. It's time.
It's time. It's happening right now.
It's about to happen. So
put on the hoodie.
Yeah. You feel it.
Put on my ethnic clothes. I am Latino. So it was like, it's time. So they had the medicine doctor who's also a shaman. He was assisting him.
Oh, we forgot to say the circle. They did have a conversation with us during the day, Wednesday, when we first arrived.
What circle?
We forgot. Well, I'm calling it a circle. It wasn't really a circle. It was more like 2 lines.
It was a...
They were talking to us.
Let them know.
They introduced themselves to us. The shaman, who is the shaman that conducts the release ceremony and the flowering ceremony, and then the shaman who also, and he also conducts the Pachamama gratitude ceremony at the end. Mm-hmm. And then we have the other shaman who is our Shipibo shaman, who is our Ace Boon Coon shaman.
My man, 50 grand.
Our Ace Boon Coon shaman. And he's the Shipibo shaman. And he is the one that is the shaman of the Mother Ayahuasca. So, and then we met with the medical doctor and the psychologist. Mm-hmm. And the psychologist, asked me about trauma. And it was very interesting. He asked me about the traumas in my life, and I spoke about the deaths in my family, and I spoke about my car spinning out of control on the highway, and me thinking I was going to die, actually knowing I was going to die when the car hit the wall, but it just so happened that I didn't die. Whew, thank God. Mm-hmm. And when
I need your life.
When this car, I'm better like this rather than a ghost, right? I'd be here as a ghost. And the car hit the wall. And when the car hit the wall, right after, as it was sliding to the wall, this amazing experience was happening that I knew that there was nothing I could do about it. It was completely out of my control. And there was just this peace. And I did kind of see my life flash. And I'm just sliding. It was like slow motion, just sliding straight to the wall. And I did hit the wall. However, it hit and bounced off in my little Nissan Altima. And then I looked down and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't get out right then because the car had banged into the wall on my side. It had spun around and banged on my side. So I climbed out on the other side, and then soon the paramedics and whatnot were there because people called. They saw my car spinning, and they called the police. But the thought that I almost lost it, and I had kids. My kids were still little, you know. So he was asking about trauma, and he also asked about just unresolved stuff because the unresolved stuff will come up, and that's sure enough. I had emotion around my grandmother, and so he spoke about forgiveness and going into the ceremony with forgiveness. But I tell you one thing, I got into that ceremony. Mother Ayahuasca wasn't thinking about any of that. She put all that stuff behind me. She was like, whatever, child. We're not talking about that.
That's my
We're not talking about that. Mother Ayahuasca put all of that behind me. She went straight to my hands. It was almost like she was like, this is your future. That's your past. That she put everything literally behind me.
That was so crazy. That was so crazy.
Like, don't think about it. Don't ask about it. It's back there.
Mm-hmm.
And all she focused on was my hands. You know how my hands were lit up in that first ayahuasca ceremony. Mm-hmm. And I saw the serpent. So back to you, Wiz.
So for me, it was really crazy. In the sense of, so we have this, you know, this meetup, and they're telling us what to expect and blah blah blah. Like she said, they lined up ahead of us. So I went to see the counselor, and I was like, look, let me just get this over with because it's gonna be really fast. So I went in there, and I'm like, first of all, calm down. I'm a counselor too, so this is how it's gonna go.
Oh, that's how you went in on him.
Yeah, I was like that. I was like this, and in Spanish, I was like, yo también estamos lo mismo. Okay, vamos a hacer esto bien rápido. Lady, I lasted like an hour in there. I was in there like an hour.
You told them this is gonna be fast,
like, and when I was younger.
And then when I was 5.
It was crazy because
wow, you thought it was gonna be just like that. It's like,
I was like, look,
this is how this gonna go.
This is what it is. This is what I need. And you tell Mother Ayahuasca this is what it's gonna be like, right? Because we're not doing all this other stuff.
I didn't know you did that. Oh snap!
So he was asking me more questions, and what's crazy was that it reminded me of like. In college when I was graduating, and I was like, I don't need no therapy. I'm the therapist. It's like, no,
the therapist needs therapy.
The counselor needs counseling.
Oh, for sure.
So,
I'm a coach. I need coaching. I need counseling. Yeah.
So it was one of those like, so then he was like, well, it looks like your trauma is mostly from childhood and love. I was like, no shit. I just told you the whole story. But what was crazy was that I had to just open up because. These are things that, as a counselor, as a man, as a spiritual leader, guide, whatever you want to say, we just like, that was when you were 5. God loves you. Finish it. Get over it. You know what I'm saying?
Move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's still some unresolved issues with that, obviously, which is why sometimes I have issues or not. Because what's funny with me is that when I have an issue, I just... You know, we could talk. Today we talked about some issues.
Yeah, we did.
And it was like, yeah, I could have that feeling, but so what?
Yeah.
So, but that so what doesn't mean that you actually resolve them. Why not just resolve it? You know what I mean? Yeah, the behaviorist approach. Exactly. So it's like, how about just resolve it? So he's like, go in there with forgiveness, you know, forgive so-and-so, this person in your life. And when you forgive this person, I was like, all right. And it was just like you said. I went in there. Mother Ayahuasca was like laughing,
she
like,
like whatever.
Like you asking me about what? Like you have the world in your hands.
Yes. Like I want to show you the cosmos.
Yeah, like you have work to do. And you're asking me like, oh gosh, sit down. You're forgiven. He's forgiven too. All of y'all are forgiven. Is that what you want to play the game? Fine. I was like,
is that what you did the first night? The very first night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
No, let me see. I don't know because we had extra nights.
Yeah, we had.
But I remember that it was like, oh gosh, he doesn't get it.
Wow.
Like, he doesn't get it. It was really crazy. So
love her.
So finished up with the guy. Had a lot of respect for him, for the therapist, because
he's an amazing psychologist.
Yeah, he's pretty deep. And what it is is that he's spiritual.
Yes, exactly.
Because that's what separates him, which is what was missing when I was in the field and meeting with families, and I'm like, I can't help him. Spirituality is a missing part of it. and he has that. So he's very well balanced. He takes a holistic approach, which is amazing. So cool. So we get sent off to our rooms, right?
Yeah.
Um,
No food.
the coca leaf tree, though. The coca leaf tea.
You drank some coca leaf tea?
Yes.
We wasn't supposed to drink that.
I know. I was like, what? God told me it was all right. In my spirit, I was like, it's not real cocaine. It's just the leaf.
Drink a little something. Yeah, the coca leaf.
I did try to leave
they
it a little
gave us
longer to
something
see
to chew.
it.
I forgot. Remember the prayer the very first time?
Yeah, they did.
The
so
shaman,
tell them about that.
The shaman gave us 3. This is too funny. The shaman gave each of us 3 coca leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And he said a prayer and he did a blessing. And each of us received the 3 coca leaves, one for each level of heaven on my new tattoo. And this is the Inca cross. And so you have the heaven world, where the Apus are spirits of the high mountains. And then in the center you have the world where we live, which is Pachamama. And then here is the underworld. So he gave us the 3 leaves to represent each of these 3 worlds, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said to chew them. And so we're chewing. It's like, what they know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. And they say, oh, don't swallow it. I'm like, okay. So you just kind of have this wad under my tongue. What did you do with yours? Oh, you ate yours, right?
Mm-hmm. He said don't eat it.
Yeah.
I just kept chewing it.
I chewed it, and after a while, it was just kind of sitting there in my mouth, and it was coca leaves.
That you make cocaine with.
Yeah.
So it's pre-coke.
In its raw form.
Mm.
It didn't have any effect on me. Did it have an effect on you that you know of?
No, I had drank like 10 cups of coca leaf. So whatever effect I had, I already had it. No, like, stay away from the coca leaf. I was like, this water.
Yeah, they told us don't drink coca leaf tea. Oh my God.
All right.
Fasting all day too.
Yes. So then we go back to our rooms.
Yeah.
You focus. You're supposed to go and kind of meditate on your intention and kind of think of the questions you have to ask. And I was like, how am I going to ask questions? I'm going to be in and out. Because I didn't really understand at the time. But then later on, you realize that you could ask because you kind of go in and out. Mm-hmm. And you're in reality. And you're like, wait a minute. I need this. Mm-hmm. So went back to my room. Relaxed. Tried to take a nap. What did you do?
Me and Rhiannon were in our room chilling. We were in silence and we were chilling. Just kind of laying around chilling. We stayed in the room. And I think we got a nap. Because we were still kind of tired from the travel. Because remember, we traveled from Monday to Tuesday to get there. Slept in the airport, didn't we? On the way there? Yeah,
well, we had to sleep a little bit there.
Yeah, slept in the airport.
Ate and fell asleep.
Between, flights, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was interesting.
And then we had the lug from Cusco to a little town. And anyways, the point is that we were exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't think I slept.
I did sleep a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think I slept.
This is still drinking the coca leaf tea.
You haven't read no notes, and you're gonna read that one. You are out of control.
I can see that one.
So then they called us. It's time.
It's time.
He's like, oh.
It's time.
Yeah, my roommate is like, we have to go now. Yeah. So
time, people.
So they tell you bring some toilet papers, which I did.
Bring a roll of toilet paper.
Cause I'm hood, and I'm like, toilet paper for what? Like,
I certainly had that bottle.
Because I was like, if I shit myself, like, toilet paper's not going to help.
At that point.
I was like, it's not going to help. It's on my pants. We need a washing machine. Then I was like, I'm not going to be crying that much. And if I am...
Some people do have that experience where they...
Exactly, the crying.
But they had cleaned us out. I'm talking about the former experience of losing bowels.
Oh, losing bowels. No,
but they had cleaned us out so good.
I was pushing because I was like, I'm not going... I was like one of those people...
I wasn't going to have that experience.
Yeah, I was like...
I was not.
I felt so human because I was like, I'm not going to get embarrassed. I was in the bathroom like, it's going to come out. Everything's coming. All that coconut I drank. All that coca leaf I drank is coming out now.
Before I get her down with Mother Ayahuasca,
I was standing there sitting.
Because she would take over your body, and next thing you know, everything's coming out of everywhere.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not. I felt like one of those parents when you take your kids somewhere, you be like, you're not gonna embarrass me. I was like, you're not gonna embarrass me. You're not gonna let vows loose and all that. You're not.
No, I'm not
doing that. We're not doing all that.
No, that's not.
So we had to take a paper towel. Of course, I see Val. She's like, you didn't know? I brought one. I was like, she did not get paper towels. So I'm thinking. So instead of you telling me, I was like, hey Val, so where should I get one? He's like, grab it from your bathroom. I was like, oh, I guess that's what she did. Because you didn't buy no toilet paper.
I bought it from over here.
Oh, you brought it from here?
Yeah, I packed it in my suitcase. They said bring a roll of toilet paper. I said, okay.
I was like, for what?
Remember, we read it.
Y'all better have toilet paper. If not, when I go to the bathroom, I'm not flushing.
All of us.
Yeah, the cleaner's going to be like, please give the paper to the man. Every day he's not flushing. The coca leaf cleaning. He's not flushing. Only cleaning. Yo, so we got pulled out.
Oh Lord, man!
You take your toilet paper and
bottle of water.
A bottle of water. Yep. You have to have not Gatorade, but something with electrolytes. Fruity Flex with electrolytes.
With the electrolytes.
Because you lose a lot of fluid, and then in the process you're gonna be purging and so on and so on. So we go to the hut. It's a really big hut. We're gonna show videos and pictures of it. You pick out your bed. They have up to 10 beds. That we didn't have that many people with us, which was amazing. Then the plant doctor comes and he I remember
he beat us with a rosemary.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, he done beat me with some weeds.
He beat us with the rosemary bush.
I was like, no, he didn't. Like the hood was gonna come out of
like release.
Like,
I know
yo,
that
hold up, yo.
He was like,
yes, and he hit me in my chest and hit in my back.
What was he saying? What was that word again? A rumba. What was he saying? What was that word? Because I wanted so bad to ask you what was he saying in Spanish. But then you said there it wasn't Spanish. He was speaking another language.
Not Spanish. He was mixing it up. So what they do is the what you were talking about was they have a ceremony. They have a cleansing where he takes these weeds. What were they?
Rosemary.
It was rosemary. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they beat you with it.
Yeah. He
So
had a big long bush of rosemary. That long.
So they line you up. They give you a piece of the rosemary. They want you to. Did they ask you to pray and meditate with it or something?
Yes. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Definitely have to keep your eyes closed on these ceremonies.
And blow. Think of bad things, I think, and blow it out of it or something. Something like that.
Hard. Blow hard 3 times. Like.
Well, that's when he after he gets to you.
After he gets to you. Yeah.
So then what he does is, why did he beat you? I'm about to tell you life on the move. If you think your relationship is tough, this one was right here. It's Rosemary, dude.
Beat the devil out of you.
So what I realized was that because he was doing half Spanish, half like I forget the language. Shipibo. So he was praying. Now I didn't know that this dude was so deep because I was like, oh, he's just a plant doctor. Like, no, he's another shaman. He's another.
He knows his.
Yeah, because he started saying stuff specific to me that applied to me, and I was like,
wow.
And I was like, wait a minute, does he know what he's praying for, or is it just a normal prayer? So I started listening, and I was like, he didn't say that to nobody else. I was like, oh, he can see me. I was like, he can see my faults. I was like, I'm sorry, ayahuasca. So what they do is that did he read that off the internet? I don't think he has internet.
Oh no!
If you saw his legs and his feet, you know he don't have no internet.
He's a witch doctor in the bush for real.
So he's cleansing you, and he's praying for you, and he feels it. Now, what he should have warned me because I had a hat on, and he smacked me in my face with the bash.
With the rosemary bush?
Yeah, but it was like my whole face was covered. It was like my hat flew off. And then it looks like when he hit me, it grabbed my hair and pulled like my hair forward. Like it was like, so like my hair was down. I had bushes on me. Then when I opened my eyes, he smacked me again. I was like, let me leave him closed. So he was cleansing. he puts your arms out.
Yeah, put your arms
and
out.
he smacks things off of you, and he's like smacking them off, cleansing. And a big thing they do is just like they blow things away. They blow it into the wind and let it go. All this negative. He's talking about negative energy, negative spirits, any negativity that you may have. And he goes down the line. So we're facing one way. After he beats us down, not singing yet.
Not singing yet, yeah.
After he beats you down with the bush, he turns you the opposite direction. And then, what were the yellow flowers?
The yellow flowers is a flowering ceremony.
It's a flowering ceremony. But what were the yellow flowers?
They look like daisies.
Yellow daisies, they were. So then he has yellow daisies. He gives you one. He gives each person one. You hold it close to your heart. And he says, fill yourself. Now that they've released all this negative energy, you have to fill it with something positive. Yeah. So he says, fill yourself with love. Think about the people you love, your family, your children. Nothing but love. Think of this. Think of this. Meditate. Pray on it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, before that, on the weeds, when he's taking it out, he tells you to blow on that weed that he gives you 3 times hard. Yeah. So you're also releasing. Yeah. And he's like, harder. And he'll smack you in the chest. Harder. You like, I'm like,
blowing everything out. Blowing your whole lungs out.
He's like, hard. I'm like, I looked at him I looked at him like,
you sure? I'm blowing as hard as I can.
He hits you from the back.
Oh, yeah.
Back.
He went all over your whole body.
Yeah,
down your legs and everything.
Yeah.
And he ain't miss a spot.
Yeah, so back to the flowering thing. So then you have the flower, you fill yourself with love, you're holding it here close to your chest, and then he gives you the whole bushel, and he prays for you while it's here, and then he prays for it over your head, and he wants you to put your head down, and then he is here, and down, and then down, and he's doing whatever he's doing, praying and filling you with love. So it's like a cleansing, removal of negativity, and then filling with love. So that right before you go into your mother ayahuasca experience, you've been cleansed, or things have been released, so you got the best experiences possible.
Oh my God!
For some it wasn't. For some it wasn't.
Woo!
So then, tell us. So then we go in.
We go in.
So we go into the place. Tell them.
Go in. Pick your bed.
The beds were picked already. So you go back to the bed.
Oh, right. That's right.
You take your shoes off and put it on the thing.
Put it on the little thing by the door. We know where the bathroom is. They do have good plumbing. This is not a squat over the hole like I did when I was in Africa. They have real bathrooms. Nice, clean bathrooms. Everything with the Etnikas is very clean, very above board, very, very, very good. And I sit. They tell us sit up until you puke, and then after you puke, you can lie down. I never puked that first night. A wave of nausea came over me. Never puked. I saw the serpent.
You drank 2 cups. Did you drink 2 cups?
I did 2. However, the first one was a very small dose. Since it was my first time, and I had never used any drugs, never used any, don't smoke, don't drink any alcohol. They were like, this is a baby. Go easy with her. They gave me a little bit.
Do you know she'd be traveling to different time zones?
They didn't know that part.
That's what I would have said.
They didn't know that part.
She's a witch.
She be
up
in the ethers.
With no broomstick.
Up in the ethers. And then after a while, I was just sitting there like, little wave of nausea came over. They said, have you made contact? You know how they come and whisper, have you made contact?
Visions.
Have you made contact?
And they kept calling me Robertico.
What does that mean?
Spanish people put a ico, like tico at the end, like for small. Like if they say carrito, there's a small one.
A little one.
So it's like little Roberta. I was like,
stop calling me that.
No, I was like, they called my older brother. That's what they used to call him in my house. They call me Junior.
Okay.
So I was like, she's not here. It's like Robertico. Visiones. I was like visions. I was like, if I did, you fucked that up. You've asked me 11 times.
He kept telling them, leave me alone.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
good.
learning.
I'm good.
I'm learning right now.
Yeah.
They're teaching me. Stop.
And they
Stop.
like to ask that question too.
But it's
Are you
because
still
they.
learning?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Are you still
Are
learning?
you still learning? Like toward the
Did you
end,
see me
when they
twitching?
see you still just making sure before taking everybody back home, are you still learning? Yeah, I'm still learning.
So,
Oh, I love
tell
it.
them a little about what. So you went in and
The serpent. So the first thing was just this. I don't really have words for Mother Ayahuasca. I don't really have words for it. It's this overwhelming sense of knowing that something is taking over you. I still feel it now, like going through my body. They say it stays in your body for what, 7 to 15 days, something like that. So I still
30
feel
days,
it.
30
30
days.
days.
But the learning keeps on building within 15 days, and it keeps like showing you and talking to you, kind of, which we've both been experiencing, kind of, right?
Which we've been feeling that. We've been feeling that a lot. And the first night, the two things that were the most outstanding were the hands. The hands were just not on fire, but they were so lit up with energy. It was energy. It was just this that's all I could describe it as, energy. And I saw the serpent. So I saw the serpent coil and uncoil. And then the serpent would kind of recede, and then there would be something else. And then once again, I would see the serpent. And at one point, the serpent came and looked right at me. Like I looked in the serpent's eyes. But I wasn't afraid at all. That's the thing. I wasn't. You know, I love that scene. I just watched King Arthur again yesterday. And I love that scene where the mage, the witch in King Arthur, she says, "Take my hand." And she's going to give him some protection, right? And he reaches out, the king, he's going to be the king. He reaches out and he takes her hand. And here comes a serpent out of her thing crawls up his arm, right? It's crawling up his arm. He said, "I don't like snakes." She said, "Nobody likes snakes." And you know, the serpent comes around and it bites. She says, "The venom will protect you." And it bites him in the neck and it causes him to see visions. It's just like that. That serpent felt like it's a metaphor for Mother Ayahuasca. And later on, I learned about Mother Ayahuasca and the serpent being the heart of Mother Ayahuasca.
Mm. That's it, and that's all.
That's it, and that's all.
Okay, well, let me interview you. Well, how was it being there with me? Or how was it?
Incredible being there with you, man. It was your birthday. Oh my God. Like, where else on the planet would we have been on your birthday? I mean, that was just incredible.
Okay.
Where else would we have been on your birthday? The whole thing was so divine. The whole thing was divine. From the travel to the everything about it, divine. Everything. Our roommates. Everything about it, divine. I mean, what can I say? Yeah. Who else would I have done that experience with other than you the first time? Oh, Lord. Who else? Nobody else would have been, been able to hang.
Well, for me, it was crazy. And both nights, I think we talked about this a little bit, but I guess we can share here.
What?
Thank you, Shaquana, about my experience and
Come
how
on,
you were
man.
connected to it.
Come on, man.
So,
what you want to say about it? You go
we're
on
gonna
that
talk
one.
about it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So,
Bring it, man.
So in my experience, it was really crazy because I was like, oh, I'm about to ask him, about you know the countries that I'm in and where I need to go and should I go to this place or what am I doing with this? And that's not what happened.
It's like she just shelves your little questions, my little
Yes.
questions anyway, not yours, but my little questions. She was just like, it ain't about that.
Yes, so for me, it was about cleansing and pulling some things out of me, right? You want to share about that?
Woo! What part you want me to share? Any?
I don't know. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I don't know. What should we
About
share?
I don't know. You
How deep
lead.
should it
I'm
be?
gonna follow you.
How deep should it be?
Hey.
Cause it was deep. Smash
Very
that
deep.
like button,
Smash
baby.
it. Smash-a-thon. It
Well,
was deep. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how deep to share. So let's just say this. When I went there, there was so much going on that Mother Ayahuasca basically was pulling some things out of me. Um, Obviously, things that I already knew about, whether it was by myself or with the witch pointing it out, some negative entities or whatever. I don't know if you want to share about that. I'll get into that. But do you want to say something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That sometimes we see something that pops out of someone and we know it's not them. So anytime you see something pop out of someone or someone pop off, all of a sudden, it's
pop off.
Pop is likely an entity. It's likely not that person. Spirits get a hold of us, and spirits attach to our energy field, and spirits feed some of these entities. They feed on our unresolved issues. So they have to have food. First, a spirit, an entity, in order for it to enter this time-space continuum, it has to do so through a channel, a portal. It has to have something to attach to. It can't just leave the spirit realm and come into this third dimensional realm and have any effect whatsoever unless it has a host. It has to have some kind of something to connect to, right? So,
yes, and they travel in families.
Mm-hmm.
They, families, you carry things in chains, so actually, like for me, it was slick. It was something, and I kind of knew it, but just like the same thing with the issues that I had before, like I would just change my behavior and just deal with it. You know what I mean? Until one time you saw it, and then I was like, oh my God, yeah, it is so true, because then things started happening, right? Remember that things started popping up on my cell phone?
Yeah.
And I started looking at like some dark stuff started coming out of my phone.
Yeah.
And it was like, and to me, like my consciousness was like, oh my gosh, there is an entity and it's trying to like find something to latch onto stronger. Ooh. Or jump off somewhere. You know what I mean?
It was going down because a witch. I was like, I see you, and I'm coming for your ass.
So, yeah, it is. It is life on the move. So it was really crazy because I remember that a book, which I don't even gonna mention that. I'm not even trying to say that name, but there was a book, a super demonic book, and like everybody knows, the Wiz has a dark side. Like I definitely will dibble and dabble. Like if you want to say magicians are dark and I go into the dark and talk to whoever, I'm all about it. Yeah. Like, I'm like, show yourself and be good, for I am of the same God who controls you and everything.
The same, your true,
yes,
the true worshiper of the highest.
That what she said. That's right. Play with me. I will burn you and send you off.
No, the calls. And the Nokia Vision Magic calls.
Yeah. So for me, I started seeing stuff, and I'm like, whoa, I ain't that dark. Like, I'm not. So it was the consciousness, and it was the entity trying to just survive and stay. I was like, oh no, and
they don't want to leave once they get a home.
Actually, when which I didn't share earlier, but when the plant doctor was telling me stuff, he was talking about these negative entities that are following you since you were like 3 or 4. I was like, oh. What are you talking about?
3 or 4.
I was like,
I saw it.
I was like, huh?
Ooh.
So I was like, wait a minute. I was like, nah.
Because I knew it wasn't you.
Nah, he's saying that to everybody. It's like, I was like,
no, he's not saying that to her.
Oh no, he ain't saying that to her. He said that to her. I was about to tell him, excuse me, you forgot the part about the 3 to 4-year-old.
Negative entities following you.
Yeah. You forgot that part. You forgot that part. You didn't share it with
They're not
person.
all getting that. Wow, that's so profound. But what I love about it is that when we do this spiritual work, you get to see, you can't see yourself, right? We have to be in relationship with each other. And in relationships, you see yourself. I can't see myself. A camera can't take a picture of itself. We can't see ourselves until we get into a relationship, and then mirror effect. We start to see ourselves. Woo, and it gets, oh, it's all and be on and popping.
And what's crazy is that you start thinking it's a part of you, because it is. Because I'm the type that I would snap on you. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been like defender of the underdog. You know, like even in high school, like I was smaller, but I was strong and I was fearless, and people liked me. So I was like, it's gonna go down, you know, by myself or with some people. So I was always defending people, and like that would make me snap. Like if I see somebody getting bullied or picked on, and they're just helpless, like I'm gonna smack somebody for them. And so that entity kind of mixes in, and you see your family's the same. So you're like, you don't even think there's an entity or anything attached to you, because it's like, oh, that's normal. Like I will beat somebody down if I have to. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you not like this. You know what I mean? So then once we started talking about it, I started to really see it, because I was like, oh, this is why I'm having these blocks, or this is why I gotta struggle with this thing daily, or this is why when I want to do something that's not for that, or that's gonna diminish that, I have these blocks, or like I don't feel like doing it. Like in my gut, I don't want to. You know, like when I was away for the 6 weeks, I started going to the sauna to meditate, and it was like I had something inside me that was like, man, this is not gonna work. Just leave. And it kept doing it, and I was like, why am I feeling like this? Like this is not normal. You know what I mean? But I was like, all right, I guess I just don't feel like it today. So you start living in it, so when the guy told me, I was like, well, we already know we're going to get this out in control. So when I first went in there, that's exactly what happened. Like, Mother Ayahuasca ripped that shit out. Like, ripped it out. Like,
I
didn't even get to ask questions, or like, so what about business? You know what I'm saying? Like, what about my spirituality?
She don't do foreplay. She just don't. She just be straight to it.
I was like, it was like, it took over my body. Like, I remember the shaman. All I remember was that when it got ripped out of me, all I saw was like, I vomited out and everything. And I was like...
And the sounds.
And
the sounds.
I don't know, because I wasn't hearing anything.
The sounds.
So...
You could tell.
So, when I was like exhausted, I remember that I was like getting ready to pass out, and like when I finished, all I saw was like the shaman just leaving, like it's over.
Yep, it came out.
And I heard it's done, and I was like, huh? Boom, and I just hit the ground. I remember I hit the ground,
and it came out. It came out like that.
Yo, I remember that. I was like, it was crazy.
Otherworldly. They were otherworldly. It was
crazy.
Sounds. Yeah.
It was crazy, and then I woke up like brand new, like
fresh and clean.
Like we got
fresh and clean.
Where's everybody at? Like we, like I gotta take another shot.
Fresh and clean.
I was like, there was like, no, just rest. I was like, no, I can't just rest. I got energy. Like,
wow.
It's like it's done, and I kept hearing like, it's done. What are you trying to do? So I just I'm like so into like. Continue, and it's not enough. If you're alive and you're breathing, you got to keep on.
I'm going in for some more.
But what was crazy that I didn't really share was that I remember at some point that it was like there was a smaller me inside, like screaming like, it's over here, come on. Like it was like leading the charge, like, yes, let's get this shit out. Let's get it. It's over. Like it's time. Like I'm done. You ain't paying your rent. Let's go. And it was crazy, and it was
got to go.
Like it was a war. It was like a war inside my body. Like I did not I did not see no unicorns and
it wasn't all happy unicorns.
There was a time that
rainbows.
No, there was a time that when I first started, because I was worried that I couldn't get into the trance, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have the same block as the am I gonna yes, it was like boy bye. So it was like there was a time where I said, oh my gosh, is it gonna be like the sauna that I'm not gonna Like, this
Oh
has to
no,
happen.
that
I was like, concentrate. It has to happen. And I remember that I just started getting into the music and
oh,
his voice.
because the other
And
shaman
then,
is singing in there
yeah,
now.
he's singing in there. Because the other thing is that while you're going through your experience, they give you like 30 minutes to kind of go in and see what happens. And then I'm guessing if you don't, he comes and starts singing in front of everybody.
And the tobacco smoke too helps.
And the tobacco
yeah.
smoke, yep. He's pushing it and he's spinning it around so the smoke can go out. And what I did remember was like, why is he here? Because the man would not leave my front. And
he knew.
He was in front of me. He was like, so I heard somebody like saying like somebody needs you or something. And he was like, no, Roberto needs me. Like, I want Roberto. And I was like, why you want me?
He can see. That shaman has been a shaman for over 31 years.
This man is gangster.
Since when he was 11. Now he's 43. Almost 32 years he's been a shaman.
You need to go help some people because I'm all right. Wrong. So he knew. And it was just insane. So as I started getting into the music, you kind of start getting into the trance, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling it. Okay, it's happening.
You start journeying.
And then all I remember was that it was like a strip of like pink and yellow, and it was like I felt like nothing but like love.
Yes.
Like it was like that agape love, like I've never. And I was like, oh. I don't know if she was like, I'm here, I love you, but I'm about to fuck you up.
In love.
It's about to go down.
Stop.
But just know, like it's love, be at peace. And it might have been to just drop my things, because you have to kind of give in and you have to let it work. You have to
surrender yourself.
It's a medicine, and it goes in you and it does its work. So you have to kind of give in and just go through it. You know what I mean?
Got to.
So I guess I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I like laid back. I was like, oh. Wow. And then it was like, ah! I was like, oh, that's what we do.
Woo, mother.
So.
Woo, mother.
So it was crazy. So that was the first night. So then after that, everybody goes out.
So you didn't. I have a quick question. You didn't hear any of those sounds at all? Or
I don't. Did you hear your sounds when you were doing it?
Yeah.
What sound? You weren't really making sounds.
Oh yeah.
You talk.
Yeah, the sounds you're talking about when the thing came out.
No, I mean, I don't remember any sounds like.
Okay.
I was gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gone. I remember that. I remember actually that even I think at some point, I don't know if it was the second night. We could talk about it the second night.
You can't be in warrior mode. That's right, for sure. You cannot be trying to fight. You can't be trying to hold on to your body identification. You can't try to hold on to your little ego. You can't try to hold on to your mind and make rational sense of what's going on. You can't think your way through. You can't figure it out. You got to completely let go. And if you don't let go, you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah.
You have a hard time.
Very hard. And I think that's really what stops some people from the experience is just...
They can't let go of their mind, and they be fighting and resisting, and then the body takes the hit for it.
Either that or just you just not being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Like I think what saved me the most is that like I knew something was up, and I know I got stuff, so I'm like, all right, get that shit out, like get it.
They said that a lot. Be honest with yourself.
So this was the part that we didn't talk about. That I talked about it the second night, and then the second night, because it's crazy, because things will happen the second night, and you're like, oh, this is happening again.
Right.
So this was my memory of the first night, but a lot of stuff happened that I just didn't even remember, even now in explaining it.
And even processing it.
But what I do remember is this. This is what was really crazy, and we've kind of talked about it a little bit. So I remember calling for Val, and I remember having visions that we were like two like older black people in the 60s. Remember? Yeah. And we were like, I was thinner and taller. You saw us in a
past life, yeah.
It was like in a past life.
Wow, yeah,
and I remember that there was one time that I just like, because my hair was like all over the place, and I remember that I was like, I was like, this is motherfucking intervention. Like, get it. And I was like playing with my hair, and I was like, Val, And I looked over and I was like, this ain't the first time we done it. And I remember,
We got this.
and I remember that I had like a vision that this was like the third time that Val has taken me to a place like this.
Wow.
And I was like, how do I always get caught up?
But a bitch is a witch is always here to save you. I ain't playing.
I was like, this ain't
we going this way, boo.
Yeah, I was like, and I saw that.
Oh wow.
And then I saw an even older version of you,
Ooh,
like with you know, like you were in the kitchen, like
a big mama in the like a
yeah,
slave
I don't know if you were a
cooking in the
slave.
kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know if you were.
Because I did have a slave lifetime.
I don't know if you were a slave at that point or what, but like you were bringing me. You were like get this shit out of him, and I was like, damn, this ain't the first time, boo. I was like, we done this before, and I was just going through it, and it's like I was just like, it's like I knew.
Wow.
Like this was happening and like, yeah, this is what we came. This is why we came. This is really, this ain't no birthday. This ain't no.
You can celebrate my birthday
this is what
later.
We came for. Like, let's get this shit out. Like, get it out.
You gangster.
And I remember some of that. And I remember some of
you
that.
Gangster with yours. No, he's totally gangster for real.
So it was really crazy in that sense because, I mean, like, I know we always feel that, but like to actually see it and kind of like process it and like see that
was wild
actual vision,
like
and it's like it was
those
familiar.
Versions of us,
and it was familiar. Wow. So I was like, oh my gosh,
wow,
yeah. Life on the move, you know I'll be ready. I'm ready for whatever.
This
I'm
is
ready
our
for
last
whatever.
lifetime. No, we ain't doing this no more. This is our last lifetime.
You keep saying that.
Oh, you coming back? I'm not coming back. I'll help you from the other side. I'm gonna be a spirit guide after this lifetime.
I don't think we got a choice because we're gonna get it right this time. So they're
gonna get it right.
God's gonna be like,
gonna say, God is like, these two, come on.
Y'all not gonna go over there and catch right now. Yeah, exactly. We don't need to let you loose again.
Can we get our wings? God? Yeah. I'm gonna serve till the wheels fall off this sucker.
You don't agree with what? Life on the move. So she'll respond to that and I'll check. And I'm sorry for both channels that we're not
get the wings and stay, she said. That's what she talking about. Don't be coming back down here. Yeah. Get the wings and stay. I'm getting them wings. But I got plenty of time. I'm not Spirit, I'm not asking to go anytime
we're not asking for all that.
Right. We're not asking to go anytime soon.
So both channels that we're not responding to, go to The Witch and the Wiz. I'm sorry.
TheWitchandTheWizard.com.
We're trying to go here. So
comments on Witch and the Wizard.
Yeah, so we could do all of that. So the second part was... What was the second? So the second day. So wait a minute. Sorry. So we finished up the first night, right? They rounded people out. People are, you're still kind of like iffy to walk or whatever because you just tripped. And then you go into the kitchen and they feed you.
Yeah, they feed you
some light
nice soup. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Little piece of bread, except they ran out of bread when I got there.
That
just means I didn't eat the bread.
Neither did I.
Drink a little warm soup. Drink a little cup of tea. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then go to bed.
Go to bed. Now, what you should do is go to bed and journal.
Yeah, first journal. And write out your experience.
I was writing. I wrote like 6 pages.
I was like... I went to sleep. I didn't write that night.
My roommate was like, every time
Actually,
I woke up,
I think I did write that night.
Like, I saw you enjoying it, like you're writing a story.
Wait a minute, let me think. I think I did write that night. Let me look for the journal entry. Did I write that night? I have the journal. Wednesday night.
Jalen B, I have no idea how long I slept. I don't think I slept much. Because I think we were done late, like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, no, 2:08. This is your birthday.
And then,
wait a minute, did I write 2:07?
I think I was up to like, probably like 6, like processing, and it was crazy. It's really hard to sleep when you have something like this. And then I had so much energy and I felt so much lighter. They had taken like 1,000,000 pounds off of my shoulders. So it was like, I felt like going out and jumping on trees and like, talking to somebody and talking about this and processing. So like, it was really hard to actually just go to sleep. Yeah, it was really hard.
I did write.
So she did right.
I did right that night. About the hands and the serpent. Those were the two big things.
But I think, did you go into details about the hands? Because I feel like you didn't go into details.
The hands
were. Or did you do it in your channel already?
Was the hands when the hands really took me all the way to Mother Ayahuasca. The first night, the hands were just all like, I didn't even know what it meant. Remember, I talked to them during the processing to tell them about the hands.
The first night you shared about them going in the dirt. That was the first
night. I forgot that part. Oh my God. Ooh. You're bringing back a memory now. When my hand was down, it was like my fingers became roots to a great big giant tree. It was like me and the earth. It was like this. Me and the earth, one and the same. Like my hands literally turned into, I guess, what Mother Ayahuasca looks like. She looks like, they call her the rope of death. And death is the greatest transformation ever, and she will affect the greatest transformation ever in you. And so that's what my hands look like. I forgot about that part. Thank you, sir. And then?
What? That was it.
Are we going to the second night or not yet?
Divine. Ooh, I like this name. It's like Devi Nina, but Divine Nina. Oh. So I don't know if we have your email. Do you know who that is? Because we can either send you a direct answer or we'll send an answer at some point somewhere. Or maybe on the community chat, we'll send the answer for you when I ask him, when I talk to him. But go ahead.
The second night? Are we going to the second night now?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the second night. So we did on Thursday, your birthday.
Yes, on Thursday. My 40th.
Yay, your birthday. So on your birthday, we had an incredible processing during the day. Fasting. We had breakfast. The breakfast at Ethnicos was good. Did you like the breakfast? Mm-hmm. I love the breakfast. The breakfast was good. A really nice light breakfast, Peruvian breakfast. And then we had about 12 noon or so, 12:30, we had the processing. Mm-hmm. You all went to the community service.
Oh my gosh, yes, we did.
Because it's social responsibility. You get to go into community service with either orphans or seniors. And you got a new girlfriend at the... Yes. She's 90? Is she 90?
She's like, no, she's not that old. She's like 86. 84, 86. She got most of her teeth.
And she had most of them. She had most of her teeth.
I'm going to post...
And she was feisty.
Yo.
She was fire.
She was like, hey. I was like,
his new girlfriend, she fire. 86 and fire.
So I'm supposed to go next year because there was a celebration.
She was looking for him. She was trying to kiss him.
First of all, she definitely did. She had this. She was
in the,
I'm not going to talk about
she in the nursing home trying to get her.
I was about to. I was like, then I saw something. I was like, wait a minute.
She probably looked at you and said, God has answered my prayer.
No, she didn't. Yo.
Look, she looked at you.
Tawanda,
there is a God.
Let me tell you something, Tawanda.
She was getting her life. Lady, she was getting her life.
So there was a parade, not a parade. It was like a holiday on February 8th. So I'm going to have to go down there every year.
His birthday is a national holiday.
Yeah, I love everybody.
They was playing music from the morning to the night that day, weren't they?
National holiday.
The whole town was lit up.
We went to this old folks home, and we volunteered. They're having a parade. We're dancing. They're getting dressed. They're putting makeup on. They're throwing stuff on people's faces.
Oh, man, they going off. They going wild.
The witch didn't get to go. She had some other stuff she wanted to do. So, or was doing. So, they had a tree in the middle of the yard. I don't know how they even got the tree because it was concrete. And they were like, whoever knocks the tree down is going to be the manager of the event for next year.
Who do you think?
So I came.
Is now also the mayor of the town.
So now I got to go because I knocked the tree down. Now, let me tell you something.
You know he's always right there in the middle.
The tree had... Now, if it was like young folks, you would want like some candy, some stuff. This stuff was for the old folks, so it had toilet paper. It had toilet paper. It had toothbrushes, buckets for urinating in the middle of the night. Yo,
very useful in the old home. Very useful.
You have to see when I post this video. God. I'm gonna post this video on my channel. So I knocked the tree down. Now you would think that the tree's falling, that people are gonna run. These mama jumbas
ran to the tree. Not away from the tree.
As it was falling. I was there like this with the axe, like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. I was like,
this tree is about to fall.
I was like, we're gonna have to do CPR and all kinds of stuff. They ran into it.
Oh, what? They knocked the nun down. Poor nun.
One of the old dudes fell.
Knocked down the nun.
Yo, oh my
Sister
God.
Sister Superior, are you okay?
No, they didn't ask you that. They're like, move.
No,
bananas on there. There was bananas on there, apples. You know, some of them didn't have teeth. They was killing for them bananas. They was like, we can chew that. There was soda bottles on there.
Sister Superior. When I saw the video you showed me, I was like, the poor nun. Oh my God.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm supposed to be the
Master of Ceremonies next year?
Yes, for next year.
Oh,
so
Lord.
I'm supposed to go back next year. So I'm gonna have to go back next year or send a representative. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but hopefully I'll be able to go there.
And your new girlfriend, not to mention, she dived in there and got, what did she get? She
got all kinds of. I dove in there to get her stuff. She was pulling out with like 2 handfuls.
She was like, I'm good.
Yep. Then I still got her stuff and gave it to her. Then they gave us these big pictures that I'll show pictures of and videos of with the homemade beer, Pisco Sweet actually.
Big thinger.
Yeah, but you know we're there and
fasting,
I don't really drink alcohol
anyways. No chocolate, no drinking, no.
So
nothing.
I made believe like I took a sip or whatever and I gave it away. So somebody else enjoyed all of that.
Oh,
but it was yes, it was a senior piñata. The truth said it's a senior piñata.
Oh man, that thing was hysterical.
There's
no
insane.
Old people in the United States like that. I said we need to take all the old people from the United States over to Peru.
And what's crazy was this. I'm going to show you in the video.
Because none of those old people were looking like how they look in the States.
I'm going to show you in the video her chopping the tree.
Oh, all the way live. She was dancing.
First of all, she was dancing with the axe. Like, she was like, and then she was like, she was next to the tree like she was going to hit it. And then she stopped. Then she danced. Then she'd be like,
oh, she
and then
was
she danced.
spicy.
People were like, oh, like hit it. And then she was like, she done spat in her hands. She's like, spat on it and sharpened and wet the edge like we were about to get all of it. I was like looking at her like, damn, I gotta cut this tree down. If I don't cut this tree down, I'm gonna look crazy. Cause she done did all of this. I can't top. I don't got her moves. I can't use the split move because she already used it. You know what I'm saying? She was like,
look.
She was wiping the blade down like we about. And she went in. She was like, ah. If she would have chopped somebody's leg off. She would have chopped somebody's leg off.
Ain't no old people in the United States like in Peru. None. Okay.
So we get back, when again you document some stuff. I recorded a little bit of video footage, wrote. Then we go to the second night.
So the second night, and also our 2 shamans. To speak to the spiritual practice and how many years of spiritual practice it requires to really be a shaman, it requires 20 plus years because the shaman who is the shaman of the Pachamama, he's 20 years, right? He's 40.
Yeah.
He's been a shaman for 20 years, training as a shaman for 20 years, practicing as a shaman for 20 years. And our other Shipibo shaman practicing for over 30 years, 31 years. He's 43. He started when he was 11 in the science of Mother Ayahuasca. And there is just no way, saying you're tired.
A little bit.
There is just no way that you can become a shaman overnight, a weekend shaman, these workshops where you're going to become a shaman and then give people ayahuasca. No. Don't fall for it.
And the thing is, it's just like any priesthood or anything like that. Like there's a calling. You know what I mean? is a calling,
Yes.
and the plant has to want to work with you, and so on and so on. So actually, what we didn't talk about was after we got back, then you go in and you have a process. You process with them. So you process, you talk about your trip, you talk about things, and he clarifies things for you. They give you advice. The psychologist is there, the doctor is there, the shaman is there, and there's a translator.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's amazing because you get the whole full thing. And what I loved most about the feedback was that he was present the entire time, and he knew, and I mean present in the sense of he knew what was going on with people. Like Mother Ayahuasca was talking to him, the plant medicine was talking to him, telling him about the person or things like that. And we both got great feedback. We both got that we were very strong and that we were very good. He talked about your special hands and your healing hands and how much power you have in your hands. And maybe you want to give your feedback.
I was
Did you want to share that? I'm sorry.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I was not really clear on how to put it all together at the time because I know I'm on the planet to be a healer. Yet I've always done healing with the word, the spoken word, the written word. I've never laid hands on people. I've never done any healing like that. Never. Even though when I'm in meditation, my hands light up. I just always have this energy in my hands. I thought it was for magic, and it is for magic and for healing. I it can change the whole trajectory of your life because what happens the second night, we'll go into that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Should I roll
What you mean?
into the second night?
Okay.
But your birthday, you had to bite the cake. I love that.
What?
Biting the cake.
Okay.
Second night. So we get in. This time I have a bigger dose. The first night I had 2 doses. So the first dose, kind of. The second dose was larger, and it was like, okay. That's when the hands are serpent. The second night, what the feedback that they gave me was to ask about the hands and to ask about how I may serve with these healing hands. So when I went in, I was very clear. I was very clear on the conversation to have with Mother Ayahuasca. I was very clear on the question to ask. And the 2 things that came to me in the ayahuasca experience, 1 is be strong, 2 is be clear. Because there was so much to see, like, all it looks like. I was saying that it looks like Chinese New Year, 4th of July fireworks, and Times Square on New Year's Eve all at the same time.
Wow.
Isn't it?
Wow.
And stuff that you could be looking at, it's just like, it was just over the top. And at the same time, something's going through your whole body. And I found Mother Ayahuasca to be very thorough because it's like she gets into every cell of your whole body. Like, it's just through your whole body. So, and she leaves nothing out. She's thorough. She's very thorough in her teaching. So when I get in the second night and I meet her, and I was the first one to over the bucket, just stuff just up and out. And then I was out for a while. You know, I was kind of down for the count. I was out. I was just visioning. And all of a sudden, it was like I saw her in the vision. She looked me in the eye. And after that, it was like she came in and was looking out now through my eyes. I don't want to say possession. It was.
But it feels like it, though.
It felt like possession.
It does feel like
That's exactly what it felt like.
Because I went through that a couple times and I was like, oh.
That now she's inside me.
Yeah.
And I sat up and my back was so erect. And my awareness, I opened my eyes and reality was layered. Like I looked down at the blanket and it looked like a wolf was looking at me. And I looked at the people that were standing, like the ones that helped, like the shaman. He was standing near the pole in the middle of the hut, and he looked different. Like it didn't look like a humanoid figure. So when I had my eyes open, the reality was layered. I can't really describe it in words. And she was looking at me, and what this was the essence of what unfolded. I knew I was a conduit for the whole universe, for the cosmos, and that this universe, this cosmos moving through us, it already knows what it wants to do. Like, I got clearly, I'm not the doer of my whole life. I'm not the doer of all the things that I'm doing. There is this great, the whole universe. It's really, God, Mother Ayahuasca, the universe, the whole cosmos, right? That there is a great doer, I guess you could say.
And it ain't you.
And it ain't me. I'm real clear on that. It ain't me. Like, I can cooperate with it or I can fight it. And if I get right into the, groove of this great cosmic energy that is flowing through my life stream, that knows exactly what it wants to do with this life stream, the better my life, the better I become, the better everything is. That was my big takeaway, night number 2.
You know what's crazy is that I think we had the same experience and it never seemed like it.
It didn't seem like it before, but now as I'm listening, and we talked about it
about it earlier.
Yeah.
Because it was the same thing, like just let go and let me show you.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy is this, that the shaman said it clearly, ayahuasca works with you depending on how you work. And ayahuasca to me was very sensual, very sexual, very forceful and strong. And I remember in his feedback, he told me, he goes, "You're very strong."
Yeah.
And he said, "You're super." No, he didn't say super strong, but he's like, ayahuasca, the plant wants to work with you. Like, you're good for this. Like, this is what you're. Yeah, sexual.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sexual life on the move lot.
Mm-hmm.
Life on the move lot.
Absolutely.
Are you asking that? Don't act like you don't know me. You're not a new viewer. So I had all this sensuality and everything, and it's like, I mean,
you're masking. Yes.
Well, email me, Life on the Move lot. So
you just shocked? What are you shocked about?
What are you shocked about? About my sexuality or Mother Ayahuasca? Antonia.
What's shocking about that? I'm
curious about
what's
that.
Up,
Hi,
Gotti? How's the baby?
How's the baby in the family?
From the Sedona retreat. What's shocking about that?
Okay, we'll see when she responds. So when I was like,
love you.
That was a spiritual experience. How was sex present?
Oh, sex is spiritual. Exactly. Isn't that the whole point of Tantra talk?
Exactly.
Sex is spiritual.
Yes.
It came from God.
Yes. Yes, and it depends on how is it involved in your life, and that's definitely part of my life and part of my aura and part of like
your
how I care
even.
For people.
And, all of it.
Yeah, of course, Tawanda.
Yeah, sex is, but that was a different spiritual experience.
No, because, and that's the thing, that we can't separate all these things.
That's right. Yeah.
And that was one of the things that she talked to me about too. It was like, why do you want to control and separate things? Why do you want to do this and do this? And I could make you do this and I could do this and you can do this and you can. And she was showing me, and it was like, oh my gosh. And it was like so strong and forceful. And even though it was different than Valerie's physical experience, it was the same. It's like, just flow through everything, let it flow, and just be guided.
Mm-hmm.
Like stop trying to think and do. And it was showing me to like a T. and it like shows you your faults, and it shows you how you bring this, or how you bring your ego, or how you do that, or whatever. It was so deep, and I don't think I could have learned that from anything or anyone like that, because it was so precise and 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 strong and masterful. It's like
right on point.
Yep.
Right.
Like, there you go again. There you go.
Right
I was
there,
laughing.
right
You know, and I'm asking questions. She goes, there you go, asking these questions. Like, that doesn't even matter right now. Like, what are you talking about? She didn't say that, but it was because it's like Val says. It's like she talks like through you. It's almost like a possession. It's like, she sees through your eyes, and it's like sometimes when you're coming in and out of different consciousness, and like different levels, and I felt like she was taking me to different zones and switching me and making me flip without resisting, and switch to this area and go to this past and go to the lower levels of the earth and go here, and like you have to just flow and let me take you, because I'm the one that knows, not you. And I was like, yeah, but wait, okay, so all right, let me focus.
No
like,
thinking
no,
aloud. This is a no thinking zone.
No, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Will turn your whole life around.
And Gotti, yes, sex is a powerful energy. We know that, and
that's
we talk
how we
about
all
that.
got here.
And yeah, huge manifestation, creation. I mean, it's life. It's the thing that creates life. It's the energy that comes out of that. Sex magic. That's why it's so powerful and so crazy. I separate stuff too. Yeah, life on the move, holistic spirituality, stitcheroo. Yep. If you want, let me see. Should consider doing a show about that. So many have operated in compartments. Yeah, we should. We have a show though for next week though, right?
We have a show.
We had a topic today.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it a little bit towards the end.
Yes.
But our show is about
the four agreements.
No, I'm thinking about what we had our discussion about.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the juicy stuff.
What if you sleep with my sister or my brother?
What if? Or my best friend, or my child, or my whatever.
Loyalty to who? We'll talk about it later.
Come on.
Ooh. I think that's
going to be
one.
a juicy show.
I think that's the one. That's going to be a juicy show. We're going to say it ahead of time. It's going to be on Sunday. It's going to be good.
It's going to be fire.
Because we, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be fire.
And we ain't talking French either.
And we may have to do that one.
Shauna, we're going to do all of those. We're going to do your show too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We got to make sure that, because Atlanta is the Saturday event. So I'll be in Atlanta on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And we return, I'm pretty sure, Sunday early. So the show will probably be late Sunday. And then the Tuesday after that, I leave for Dubai. So I'll be in Dubai at the end of the month with my coach and my Destiny Sisters at a very powerful event for a few days in Dubai. So, yeah, next week the show will be probably late. We want to have an ayahuasca retreat. Oh, we will. That's you.
That's me. Gotti said that she had to wait till next week. Yeah. I tie that back to the layers Val mentioned in her experience. Go through the layers rather than along each layer separately. Yeah. So, for me, it was more like similar to Val, but it was just a rougher experience. And that's obviously because I have like a rougher nature. Like I need to get smacked and like pushed and contorted. And, like that's the kind of stuff that's how I function. So she definitely came down to my level and spoke to me like she needed to.
Mine was very gentle. Both nights.
I know. I was like,
very
what?
Gentle.
I was beat up. My muscles hurt. I was fighting. I was squeezing. I was like, no, we're not. And, let me talk about this, too.
Yeah.
So, when I had these negative thoughts and this negative entity, I had the most profound thoughts. It was so slick. It was as slick as the devil. And what was funny was that I even heard Mother Ayahuasca talking through me saying, oh, this is a slick one.
Ooh.
And showing me like that her power over it. Like, I have it here and I'm contorting you. And I got this, like, relax. Like, this is nothing. Like, I have the world for you, and this is what you're
Ooh.
doing. It was
Ooh.
such an experience. And I remember that I had all kinds of thoughts. I had thoughts of, oh my God, this is a cult. You know, Val brought you as a setup. I was like, no, Val wouldn't do that. Like, look, nobody else. She's over there chilling. She's not participating. This was I think the second day of the. I don't even know. It was like, and then I looked over there to you. I was like, and then I was like, whatever, man. It knew that it didn't get me, so it switched to, well,
Mm.
she wants to see if you're gonna pledge to evil. She's over there. She's not participating. She's good, and she wants to see you get it for yourself to see if you're gonna work together now. And I was like, what? And
Ooh.
and it was trying everything not to get out, trying
Mm.
everything to have my consciousness wake me out of it.
Ooh.
But you can't do that when you're in ayahuasca because you're
Yeah.
already in a trip.
She
You're already in a
already got
trance.
you.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah,
You're
it's
already
too late.
once you
Once
drink.
it starts
You
moving
should have
through
done that
your
before.
body, that's right.
Exactly. It already got you.
And she got you. It's like being on a
So
roller coaster all the way at the top.
yeah,
You can't turn back.
yeah, you can't. You're already in the seatbelt
You
and
in.
everything.
You going down.
Yeah. It wasn't paranoia, Jalen. I think it
No.
was more
Was
like
it
it was the
resistance?
entity. I believe it was the entity trying to snap me out of it through my consciousness. And it knew what I believed or what I would believe or not. Because it
Mm.
knows you better than you. I mean, it's with you your whole life. And
Mm.
it's in your consciousness. And it's digging in you. It's seeing, it's studying you. It's living through you. You know what I mean? And living off of you.
Mm.
So that's really what it was.
Parasites, energetic parasites.
Yeah, yes.
Mm. But we had a detox spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Complete detox. Complete. The
Yes.
second night, after she. Oh.
Kari said she's scared of ayahuasca. She heard about possessions and parasites attached to you, and you don't even know it. You're right. That could happen, and that's why I wouldn't do ayahuasca with the wrong people, or be in the wrong place. With the someone who's really safeguarding the place, the area, yourself, and doing things. They
They had
bathed
it
us
locked
with
down in there.
they bathed
Oh,
us
they
with
had it locked down.
Florindo, agua florida.
Oh, yeah. Florida water,
They had all kinds of
essences,
stuff.
tobacco.
He blessed. Oh, we didn't talk
Oh, yeah.
about that. He blessed the dirt and the
Oh,
water.
yeah.
So
And
then
you
you
get-
mix
yeah,
it
you mix
and you
it.
do 3 over your head and you pour it over your body. Then they come back with the essences and you put them on and you do 1, 2, 3 all over your hair. And then he comes with the Florida water, spraying
Oh, yeah.
everybody. And
It's clean.
and he's singing, praying, and spraying people during the process.
Singing, praying, and
this
spraying.
man is connected.
Oh, he's
like he knew when things were happening. He was
Oh, yeah.
he was sending one of the assistants saying, ask him if I can help him out.
Etnicas. Where is this place?
Yeah.
Etnicas.
Yes, in Peru. It's in Peru.
Peru.
We're trying to bring them people over here for us, for our people, so that we can have a retreat. So he was and somebody else asked, I think it was, I forgot who it was that asked. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt Val talking. But somebody else asked, is in Peru is Etnicas? Danielle, I think it was that asked. No, it wasn't Danielle. I don't know.
Nina, she said.
I think so, yeah. I think that's the one.
Oh, she said.
Yes, you. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I don't want to
It's
interrupt
all
her.
good.
But I had a tab on it. So I forgot where I was talking about.
About the shaman praying and spraying. It was locked down in there.
Oh,
the entities.
Yeah, so it's not gonna happen.
Kadi's question.
And then when Kadi, so when he pulls things out of people, he leaves the room and disposes it.
Yeah, they know
And,
how to get rid of it.
I don't know how he did it, but I know that from my readings and looking into practices and stuff like that, they have a lot of the shamans have a cotton piece in their mouth. They suck it out of you because a lot of times they pull it out of you and they dispose of it. This is what I was saying. So he's very connected. He knows and he knew what was going on.
Oh yeah.
And the plant's talking to him, saying, "Go help this person. This person needs you now. Leave him alone. Let him learn." You know what I mean? Like he needs to learn. That was my thing. She was like, because I was like, "Oh, just get it out of me and kill it. Can you just kill it and get out?"
It's a process.
And it's like, "No, you need to learn." I was like, "Why?" I was like, "I got it." She's like, "No, you need to learn so it doesn't happen to you again. So that you can't get God again. So nothing can attach to you again."
Come on.
So
Love
So
it.
yeah, so Kari, they give you protection, and he's very connected. I remember a couple times
He is
he
connected.
sent somebody, said, let the shaman help you. And I remember that I had this person. I was like, this dude has been trying to kill my buzz. So I was like, go, I'm learning. Just leave me alone. I said, I'm like, I'm learning, go. Like, I'm learning. I'm fine. You know, and he's like, well, you need the shaman's help. I was like, no, I don't. It's like, well, the shaman's asking. And I remember that second night,
Mm.
I said no. And then when he said the shaman is asking, can he help you? I was like, oh man, I can't say no to him. But I
Oh,
was like, not right now. And Mother Ayahuasca sat me up. And I ran into the shaman.
just
Like he
like
was
that.
here waiting, and I ran right into him. He grabbed me and he was like
And it
pulling out
was.
stuff, and he was like, I'm just gonna lessen the resistance. Like my resistance. He's lessening my
Mm.
resistance.
Wow.
And I remember he was just lessening in it, and when we talked about it, he said, no, Mother Ayahuasca told me to help you, to lower the resistance, to help you so that it's
Oh.
softer for you, because she about to tear your ass up. I think that's what he meant
And
to
we
say.
did see her choose. You know what she did with some people? You ever see a cat that doesn't just kill a mouse? It terrorizes the mouse, and the mouse keeps trying to hobble away, and the cat just keeps slapping at it like that. I saw her do some people like that. It was pretty horrific. And why? Because they did not have the calling. They were there out of curiosity. Do not meet Mother Ayahuasca out of curiosity. Some were there, oh, because people were talking about it. I heard people talking about it. Okay, you're going to see what's going to happen. It was not pretty. I feel deep in my core that ayahuasca is a calling, and that even when it is a calling, that doesn't mean to just hop on a plane right then and go to it. It means that spirit will take you step by step by step to the mother, and best follow that step by step by step leading of spirit. Best do that. I asked for my name, so when I set up, I'm looking around. I had super awareness. Like all of a sudden, it felt like I knew everything. I know I don't know everything. It, I know I
Oh
know
my
I
God.
don't know everything. That's not possible. I felt like I knew everything, and I sat up. I had super awareness, and during the ceremony, she said, mm, "Ask the master for your new name, because the master has your name." And I'm like, and she said it again, because I'm pausing, like looking, listening, not resisting, listening. Like, oh, I didn't know I was going to get a new name. I mean, you just never know what Mother Ayahuasca is going to do, how it's going to flow, what's going to happen. And it reverberated again. Like, all of this is not happening in words. This is happening in sense impressions. This is happening in knowings. This is happening in insights, visions. And sure enough, I asked the master, and they communicate to him what I said. It translated, and he gave me my new name, Kaisi. That's the Shipibo name, and it was his mother, Kaisi, a powerful healer. And it means, he told me outside of the hut that night, um, that the mother told him to give me his mother's name, and that he
Wow.
was a little bit sad about giving the name because his mother's not in this life anymore, and it meant so much to him. And his mother took care of so many people. And he said the name literally means one who plants and causes things to grow. So he said
Wow.
to plant um, seeds in people and cause them to grow, seeds of happiness, seeds of love, plant seeds of peace, prosperity, abundance, and cause them to grow the people around you like a garden.
And that's
And
what you do.
that's what I do. That's why I love
That is
my
what you do.
name, Kaisi. I wanted to change it out on everything. I went straight to Instagram. I changed it. I changed it on Facebook. So far on YouTube, Yeah, Valerie Love hyphen Kaisi. That's where it's from. Kaisi Kaisi, and that's what it means. So I'm so grateful. I am so grateful. By the way, love tubers, no show in the morning. Tomorrow is a holiday, so that's why we're up so
It's a
late
holy
tonight.
day.
Oh snap! It's 2:38 in the morning.
Whatever. We do what
So
we
no
do.
show in the
For those of y'all
morning.
who
We're
thought I
gonna
was
post
sleeping,
it.
I ain't sleeping. Sorry.
No show in the morning, so we're going to post that on ValerieLove.com. We're going to post it with tomorrow's a holiday. Kaisi, that's the name, Kaisi.
Yes, and you
K-I.
spelled it right.
She spelled it perfectly. That's my
Mm-hmm.
Shipibo name.
Yes, Jalen B, almost like Khaleesi from GOT.
They keep saying that. You said it. Sarai said it. My clients have been saying it. The
Yes.
love tubers have been saying
We
it.
night owls.
Oh, we night owls. We night owls. So I got the name, and then after getting the name, I go outside because something tells me, she communicates to me to get up and go put my feet on the grass outside. I get up, and we're all the way on the floor, right? The beds are all the way on the floor. I'm getting ready to stand up. They're coming over like this to do this to me. I'm looking at them like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I got straight up. It was no wobbling. It was no nothing. But before I went, do you remember she kept saying strong through my mouth? Like she would just say these words. Oh, okay.
I was gone.
She would say these different words through my mouth. She would say strong, very strong. And she would say yes. And she would say a prayer. And then she would say yes, strong. Just words were coming out my mouth. So I go outside, put my feet on the grass. Kid you not. When you went outside for the first time, was there like an awareness, like you could see all of everything
yeah,
like
and hear
in
everything.
Technicolor, like
Yeah, like it was HD
super
for the
consciousness?
first time.
Exactly.
Like you went from black and white to HD. Like
was these trees like this all along? What in the world? So when I went outside, and I'm standing on the grass, my feet on the grass. I looked at every plant. Yes, yes, yes. I looked at every plant and it was like I had a download of exactly what each plant was for. It was incredible. Like, yes, 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 yes. Like a snapshot. Like, yes, yes, yeah. Like I would just land on it and it would register like a download into my consciousness of what that plant is for, how to heal with it. Just like that. Can you imagine?
Yeah, somebody said a master going on. Yeah.
And now I got a journal which I bought when we were in Colombia, on the way back. That is for my plant medicine. She told me I'm gonna be healing people with plant medicine with these hands, with plants, and a new name and the hands and the plants. I'm like, dang! Now I know what the plants are for. And I got. And this is the journal I bought, and I dedicated it to Mother Ayahuasca. And it's devoted to her and to the healing of everyone with plant medicine. And like you said, ayahuasca is not a drug, it's a medicine. It's not a drug, it's a medicine. These are plant medicines that heal us. Powerful teachers. Are we complete yet or not yet?
Was that it?
That was it for me for Friday night. For the second night. Was that Wednesday night? Thursday night. Thursday night, right, you're right. So Thursday night, that was it for me for Thursday night. It was the plants and it was a lot.
Yeah.
The new name, the healing hands. Very profound.
I forgot. I had a thought, but I forgot it. I forgot. I remember.
Is it that time to wrap up?
I mean, is it over?
Well, what about for you?
I'm asking you.
Yep, I'm good. I'm complete. I feel like
I'm
complete.
asking you, are we complete?
Oh, are we complete? Not yet, because there's something else you want to say.
What do you mean?
Is there something else you want to say?
I mean, didn't we have a whole nother day?
We did.
All right, so
Continue.
you know I got more stuff. You trying to go to sleep?
No.
So
Do I
why
look
you?
sleepy?
You sound like it because you're like, are we complete? I'm complete. No, we had another day, Val.
Okay.
And we still had that night, and we
That's
still.
true.
Oh
And
Lord,
yeah, that's
you
true.
are trying to cut the story short.
No.
Is the battery low?
Yeah, the battery's low on that one, but
It is on
yeah,
yours. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
mine
yeah.
died already.
And we still going.
Bird on mine was done. Miss Naomi, let's see. What did you take with you? Oh my gosh, we packed too much, Miss
We
Naomi.
bought too much
Didn't
stuff.
you have?
Next time we're just gonna be like our a sweetie Riri. We just gonna have a backpack. Riri only had the backpack.
So Jalen had asked how to prepare. How to prepare? Just pray,
They told you
meditate, and
fasting, no meats.
no. I think she means like
Oh.
not for that
Um.
to do the ayahuasca. I want to get Master going. Like just show them your book. She has a book that's really great for new people to read. I mean, if you want to read, if you
Yeah.
want to show it. She has a book that's really good that gives you information. To me, I think it's like Val says that you kind of have to get called by it. It's more of a calling and a preparation. I remember that there were times where my legs felt numb and like I was paralyzed during the whole process. And I remember that it was similar to when I broke my leg in Dubai, my foot and my ankle, and I went through that first time of having my legs paralyzed. It was the same exact feeling. So to me, I felt like that was a preparation because when I was in the ayahuasca experience, I didn't go crazy like, my legs, I can't move my legs. Oh shit, my legs. Because I was like, oh shit, just like the last time. Like, I was like, okay, what is this doing?
Interesting.
You know what I mean? So I felt definitely that I was definitely prepared, and I started looking back at things that might have prepared me. Now, where I might disagree a little bit with you is when you said if ayahuasca doesn't call you, you're gonna get your ass kicked. I believe that, but I don't know because I mean I don't think that I have enough information to ever say that. Because for me, for your ass to go to Peru and find all this, and I don't, and even if you think it's, oh, somebody just told me about it, I don't know if that means that you were further or not. Because it's the same as our retreats. I don't think the wrong people can actually come to our retreats. We usually cut people out, actually. So like, I think maybe it happens for a reason. But, I mean, she's absolutely right. They had that experience, like she mentioned. But I don't know if it's them. I mean, because if I went in there and I had either a closed mind or I wasn't fully aware of who I really was, then I might have been scared and I might have ran out. If I didn't trust you when I had those crazy thoughts, I might have just got up like, this shit is crazy. I'm gone. You know what I mean? So like, there's things that I had that I had clarity on. So some people just might not have that clarity or might not be there. I know a lot of people that I could think of now that could probably use it, but I don't know if they're really prepared mentally to deal and to face themselves and to really face what they're going through. But I can't really say that they belong there or not because maybe Mother Ayahuasca's like, I need to save your ass because you're about to die in a year or 6 months if you don't get this shit right. So let me try my hand at you. I mean, I don't know.
Well, everywhere you find yourself, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah. So it's impossible for you to not be somewhere where you're supposed to be, right? And wherever you find yourself. Now, the question is, how did I land here?
Arrive here, yeah.
Right? Was it me in my mind figuring out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that? Or was it divine guidance? Yeah. And so that could be for anything in life. Yeah. If me and my little thinking mind got me there, I'm in trouble. If divine guidance, I'm here, so this is where I'm supposed to be. Because even if me and my little mind brought me here, that's okay because now I'm seeing where my mind takes me. And do I want to continue to let my mind take me those places? Is this the choice I want to be making? Or do I desire to be led by divine guidance? See, this goes to a deeper issue. When I say about curiosity, let me layer this. Is it okay if we have a mastery layering of this? Laser into this. I wanted us to go master level. Is this okay if we go avatar level with this? Can we go avatar for a minute? Can we go straight up avatar spiritual master? Here's the deal. This is the bottom line. Get it? They say get it. This is the bottom line of it. Give it. Go for it. The bottom line of it is one word. Trust. 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 See, most people do not trust the universe. We don't trust God. You see, if you trust, you would never be off. Because you would trust and you would know. You don't have to be curious about anything. Somebody told me, oh yeah, I was curious. When she said the word curious, I was like, okay, you don't know you're supposed to be here. You're going to have an issue.
This sounds like the solution to our next show.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Damn.
You're right. You're right, based on what we talked about.
Yeah,
if we trust, I'm talking to myself. If we really...
You talking to all we all talking to ourselves right now.
If I trust,
that is the
bottom line.
That is the bottom line of everything.
That light went out. Oh snap!
That light said
everything is starting to die. We still going. That's all good. So anywho, do you want to move that or no? You good? I'm good.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, I kind of like the way the shadows are dancing now. Very interesting. It gave a whole different effect. Are we back in ayahuasca land or what? Trust. We don't trust. If we trusted the universe, we would know that our every step is ordained by God. We would know that when God wants us to go to ayahuasca, God will take us to ayahuasca. We would know that if God don't want to take us to ayahuasca, God wouldn't be taking us to ayahuasca. God would be taking us to peyote. You would know, and if you only move on divine guidance and you trust, you know God has your entire curriculum already set up. Your entire curriculum. You don't have to be trying to figure it out or wonder or doubt. The one that got me so much was doubt. I don't have to wonder. I don't have to doubt. I don't have to be curious. I don't have to try to think my way through. I don't have to look for my next thing. Trust me, I've been on this path for so long with God. From every book to every teacher to every retreat to every next step will be given to you at the perfect time for you and your own consciousness to be able to receive it, assimilate it, and heal. Maybe God is healing 2 inches to the left behind this earlobe. I have no idea what's wrong with me. I have no idea what needs to be healed. I'm seeing the evidence of it, but I don't even know how to address it a lot of times in my own self, right? God has your entire curriculum laid out. And I'm telling you, if you try to be curious and go off the curriculum, go over here, go over there, do whatever, you're still in the curriculum because you're still going to get some learnings. Oh, you're still going to get some learnings. And God is, the beauty of God is that God is still going to use all that stuff for your benefit. I went off to the right. I went off to the left. Right now, I don't try to figure out jack. I don't get curious about stuff. Because I have seen that God will bring me the exact book at the exact right time. It'll fall off the shelf in Barnes & Noble. I'll be like, oh my God. And the default is do nothing. The default is do nothing. There's nothing to do. It's not like we have to just keep ourselves busy with doing stuff. We already got enough stuff to do. There's nothing to do. Do we trust? So if you trust, you wouldn't be at an ayahuasca experience by curiosity. That's not how God works. God doesn't work on curiosities. God works on intuition. God works on faith. God works on knowing. God works on divine messages. God works. If we know how God works, you know where you're disconnected from God. And then when you're disconnected from God, just get reconnected again. That's all I can say. This is a trust issue.
So I don't have to add on that, but what I will add a little bit is when you don't, just like, and you just said you wouldn't be in that experience if you weren't supposed to be there and all that. If you can't trust, or if you can't gather all that, gather this. Be in that moment, and that's it. Be in that moment. Because if you don't trust, and you find yourself in an ayahuasca retreat, you're like, what the fuck?
What am I doing
bullshit.
here?
You know, well, why don't you look at it for real? what are you doing here? How did you get here?
It's a good
What is
time.
yeah, you're in the wrong place. Well, shit, there must be a lesson you have to learn here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you don't trust the process, at least trust. I mean, when you don't trust in God and you don't trust the process and trust that your ass is either ratchet or off or what, and at least get clarity on that. Let's get clarity on it. I'm at this retreat. I don't belong here. What is it really that's going on? And that will actually also at least lead you in the right place while you regain your trust or gain the trust that you're supposed to really have.
True.
Because in a full circle of it is this: whether you trust or not, if you're in the process and you're fighting to get clarity or to get better, then that's also part of the trust as well. And you will gain both of them at the same time. Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh
wow!
No, we went somewhere else with all of
wow.
this. Yeah.
Look, the show from next week wanted to come into this show. See, we trust the process, so we just go with it.
Yeah. So that's really the only problem there is in this world, and we all know that. That's really the only problem, because anything else is ego and personality and worldly stuff. You know, all this stuff about what you want to think or how you feel, how the person felt. How did it make you feel? Whatever.
It made me sure.
Yeah, I was not happy with it. No. So it was just crazy. Should we go back to the show or should we continue to?
Let's continue.
Continue what?
The experience.
I'm so grateful for the two. No, we're grateful for you.
Oh, we're so grateful for you.
We're grateful for you.
Hanging out with us until 3:00 in the morning is lovely.
This is great.
This is great.
All
no,
right.
We're not going to sleep. We're ready.
So we're going back. So we're going back to the experience, right?
Yes.
So the second day, that's what it was for me as well. I had something I forgot to share. I don't remember. But it was really strange, and I just remember her showing me how to move and what she can do and stuff like that. So anyway, so we went back and we talked to our people. What was your feedback for the second day?
Second day, the feedback was that I had a very amazing experience, that I got the new name, to go forth and to heal with plants and grow the people around me.
Yes.
Which I love doing.
Yeah. I don't remember my feedback, but it was probably the similar in the sense of like the first one. We stayed 3 nights and we did 2, but I did 3. I did an extra one. For me, the feedback, I believe, was similar in the sense of like the first one, that it was a good experience. I actually felt really good because he was connected with the experience. So,
the shaman was incredible.
Yeah, he was amazing.
I wouldn't have been able to have that experience without that shaman, I don't think. It would have been a different experience. And once again, trusting God and knowing God knows the exact right shaman. This universe runs on law. So because the law is so precise, the law has you at the right time, at the right place, with the right people. All we get to do is align with the law and be lawful in our actions. And when we're lawful, we're going to get a phenomenal result. Yeah.
Yeah. So we plan to go to Machu Picchu. I remember Wednesday, they were talking to me about it, and I was like, talk to Val, because she wants to go, and I didn't really mean it, but that is actually what ended up happening. I was like, it's not me. I'm not trying to really go. I'll go when she goes, but I'm not really trying to go. And it wasn't that wasn't honest. It was just like, I don't want to really talk to you right now. Like, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go do something. Like, you explained too much. She started telling me the different options and the price. I was like, I'm not doing that. Then when Val comes, we gotta do this again. I'm like, talk to Valerie. She's the one that knows. I don't know anything. So we kept pushing it off. Then we decided to go. We're supposed to go Friday.
Friday we were gonna go over into the town,
Mm-hmm.
Calientes, Abu,
I don't know.
it's a town right at the foot of Machu Picchu, and then go up to Machu Picchu on Saturday and fly out
Yes.
Sunday. Yeah.
So I don't remember what happened, but we ended up going back to the small town.
Yeah.
Well, that because that's where they take
Cusco.
us up. That's where they drop us off at.
Yeah.
And then we decided to
Eat at Greenpoint again.
wait. Before that,
Oh.
we miscalculated the train ride and all this stuff.
Yeah, it's
And
a
at that
big deal
point,
to get to Machu Picchu.
yeah, and at that point, I was like, I don't really care to go. Like
Yeah.
that, I already heard that I don't need to go to Machu Picchu. But I'm like, I'm gonna be tied to going because if she goes, I'm not gonna let her go by herself. But in my mind, I was like, I'm not trying to go there. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I think I need to sleep or something. Um, so we wrestled with it back and forth a little bit, and we ended up getting a different hotel, and we got our rooms, and then Val was like, I got the same download. We're not going to
Yeah.
Machu Picchu. I was like, okay. But you were definitely trying to make it happen because
Yeah.
she's a make it happen type of person. You know what I mean? She's a good guy. So she was trying to make
Which
it
I have
happen.
to be careful of and be sure that I'm
Yeah.
making it happen in the divine God direction. Yeah.
So, we're supposed to meet up with some people and possibly do some more volunteer work with some children. I was excited about that. And then we started just looking around, and then we found another possible chance to have an ayahuasca experience. And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And then Val said no.
I said, I'm good. I'm going to work with what I already got. I'm over here. New name, healing hands, plants. I done known all the freaking plants now. I'm like, I'm good for a minute. Let me get myself together. Yeah, you went in again.
So I was like, I got work to do still.
You went in.
Val was like, well, let's make it happen.
Let's do it, man.
So we started looking
I'm
around,
with you.
and we ended up finding someone who said, oh, we can come to your room. I was like, what? You know, and it was a trusted source, you know, because we got sources.
Oh, yeah.
We got the keys,
We got people.
keys. We got peoples, I got
We got
peoples, I got peoples, and I got peoples, of people, of people, of
We got
peoples.
people.
A lot of people, little peoples. So little
We got
peoples, big peoples, all kinds of peoples. So anyways, we ended up having a guy come to our room. Not a guy, a shaman. Come to our room. We were blessed because it was amazing. It was amazing. Val was like, you know, what do I need to do? Whatever, I'm down. Like, I'm going to pray up the space. What am I going to do? So you might want to add to what your experience
and
was.
he told me what to do, hold the space, and it was really good. It was hours, too. You went in for hours. Oh, you went in. I was like, this is either the bravest man I've ever met or the craziest man I've ever met. But I think it's the bravest man I've ever met. He was not playing, and he was not letting go, and he was in it to win it.
So, and I'm glad I did, because this is when I had, I think, my biggest breakthrough.
Wow.
And it was more like this experience was somewhat similar. I didn't have to drink 2 cups. I only drank 1. I only drank 1 because the last 2 times I drank twice. I was like, I need another cup. Because I was like, I need another cup. So this experience was out of control for me. It was really good. It was actually, I don't want to say it was the best one because the first one is I mean, how can you compare?
Yeah.
I like this one because it was
different, huh?
Yeah, but it's like, how can you take away the importance of it? Because, you know, we were removing stuff, we were learning, you know what I mean? So it was like the next step. Yeah. So the next step was for me to still remove some stuff and to learn how to remove some stuff, which was really crazy for me. You know, and I still think to this day that that's what I was learning. So
Melody said I was on the wrong street the whole time. Melody, you were over at Valerie Love.
Yes.
And we couldn't read comments from Valerie Love.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Melody.
So you good, Melody.
But you here.
You in the right place, Melody.
So this time it was about healing And then I got images or like teachings and trainings of how to heal other people.
Mm-hmm.
And how was I doing that?
Mm.
It was showing me the person, and
So awesome.
it was showing me how, because I asked about my kids, my
Yes.
wife, and
So awesome.
other people, and I was asking about some people. It was like no, and some people they're like they're cool. Like she would like scan it or something, and it was like they're good. These two are good, and then it's like this person look, and then it was like talking to me through me like, look, you see here, it's right here, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna pull it out, and then it was like I was pulling it with my body, and holding it, and like releasing it, and I was like, what in the world? This is what I was gonna share that I didn't share. I forgot. The second trip, I started singing the Icaros.
Yeah, you started
Remember?
singing. You
Not
started
in Spanish and not in English.
singing.
So it was like,
The
oh
shaman, I was
snap.
like, the shaman is arising. It was like a
So
shaman was coming out.
yeah, and it was like, and what
Yeah.
was funny was
You
that
sung the third night too a little.
it was squeezing it out of me. Like I wasn't like singing like I wasn't like hey or whatever.
No, it was a shaman
it was like
song.
it was like saying the she was making me sing it. I don't even know the songs anyway, so I definitely
It was a
wasn't doing
shaman
it.
song for real.
And I remember the shaman it's the Icaros.
Yeah, the Icaros.
So I remember that the shaman in the thing said, actually, I think he was talking to you or something. He was like, yes, great. Is talking about the plants. He goes, yeah, you can, learn about the plants, whatever, or you can just sing. You do what you want. You sing beautifully, like Robertico sang beautifully, and I was like,
yeah.
this shit was real.
Oh yeah.
I was like, cause I heard it, and I was like, oh damn, I was singing for real.
Yes.
It was just crazy. So, but if I paid attention or learned, then maybe this would have been a segue to the third night when I was learning how to, like, pull things out of people or some. It was really crazy because the people weren't there. You know what I mean? Not all the people. Some of the people were there. Some people weren't there. And
what about the healing stone?
yes. So, do you want to go into that?
I love that healing stone.
We never even talked about
that.
My
God. I love that healing stone. Yeah.
Are you talking about all that?
Yeah, sure.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. So, it was showing me people. So then it showed me someone. And then I was like, okay, what's wrong with them? And, or I asked some questions. And I remember my attention going to my feet, and it was like my heel hit and the top of my thumb, like where your big toe, like it was like click 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 click. I was like, Dorothy Toto,
because she speaks to you in a cryptic, like in an interesting way, right?
So yeah, so what it was it was showing me like an issue in the head and in the womb area. Like womb and head. And I remember that I was like, okay, we're going to get it out. And I remember pulling out of the head. And I remember the shaman sucking stuff out of people's heads.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Sucking out of people's heads. And it was gone.
Yeah.
So then my heels kept clicking. And as my heels click, it's like the picture would like come up, and it's like there's a womb issue. So I said, okay, let's get it. And it wasn't me. Like she was like, okay, now we're gonna get it. And it was like, here it is. And I remember like kind of going like, but it wasn't me. And it was like, and now we're gonna get it out. And then I would like pull it out like into, and I was pulling it through like my womb, and I was like squeezing on. And trying to breathe and trying to pull and not let go. And it was like, it's very strange. It was definitely strenuous, but I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm made for. Like, this is definitely what I'm made for. Like, this is what my skills are good for, because this is the kind of stuff that I would do even playing around. You know what I mean? Or just because, like, I want to see if I could hold this position and drink water and play PlayStation. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Like, now I see why I would do stupid stuff like that, or what I thought was stupid. And I remember that I had it and I didn't really know what to do. And I called, I was like, Maestro, like, I don't know what to do with it. And he came and he brought a healing stone in the shape of a heart. Oh my gosh, I wonder if I have it in here somewhere.
Shaped like a heart.
Shaped like a heart. Put it on my wound. Put his finger in it. I don't know what he was doing, praying or what, but it felt like his finger dug through the rock into my skin and was like clearing it out like this. And like
amazing.
He pulled it out, it left. I don't know, because I was like, is it gone? He's like, it's gone. I was like, it's gone? And I remember that I was like, I'm leaving the rock here because I don't know.
Maybe it's in the rock.
Yeah, like, where is it? Like, is it really gone? Because it was different than the other times where I would like cough it out and I could feel the pull. I don't know. And then, by coincidence, so I don't know. Talk about what.
Soon as we got back, my period came.
Oh, what does that mean?
I'm still working with that one.
I thought you were going to share details. Oh my God, they don't know what you're Do you get it regularly? Has it not? Are you looking for it?
No,
what's the thing?
What's the connection?
Yeah, what? Is there a connection?
Oh, it's definitely a connection. And I wasn't expecting it then. And it does come, well, my period has been irregular all my life. Ever since my period started, it's been irregular. But for years, I had this fibroid tumor. And I never did anything with the fibroid tumor. I never bothered with it because the doctors, here and there, they would say, well, you could freeze it. We could go in and we could do this, that, and the other. But at the bottom line, at the end of the day, they always said, but, if it's not bothering you, don't bother it. So I never really bothered it. I never did anything with it. I just left it be, leave it be, And when I have Veronica is going to be 17 in April. When I have Veronica, when I was pregnant with Veronica, she came 4 weeks early because the uterus was always measuring bigger than the baby because the uterus had the fibroid in it. So it was always growing, as the baby was growing, it was always measuring bigger than the actual baby. So when she came out, she was born 4 weeks early, and she was only 5 pounds 3 ounces when she was born, and the tumor was in there with the baby, the fibroid tumor. Now, eventually, the doctors told me over time it would just go away, right? And then they were asking me all these questions on the Ethnicas, questionnaire, medical questionnaire. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have that? Everything was no, because I'm in excellent health, right? No. The doctor was examining me, and then I remembered, I said, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot that I had a fibroid tumor. He was like, well, they don't do anything to you. They don't. I know some women really suffer with fibroid tumors. I know some women really bleed heavy. They have pain, they have cramping, they have all kinds of stuff. They get them removed and then they come back. I never had any of those issues with them. I just kind of considered it like a friendly part of the universe. Maybe like your entity was just hanging around. And when I got back, I could feel that movement. Like the stone was connected to that. And the movement in the womb I could feel. And then the period came, and the period didn't come. It didn't come like on a time, like at a time that was supposed to come. It came right after I returned, like the next day after we returned. And I knew it was because of what had happened and all that's still unfolding. So that's an open story. It hasn't completed yet. It's still unfolding. Very, 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 very fascinating.
Treats you especially bad if you eat red meat.
if you eat red meat within a month before the ceremony and otherwise don't follow the diet for 3 weeks, do you think Val had an easier time being vegan? Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I don't eat anything dead. Um, and I'm not actually vegan. I don't know if I'm really vegan or not. I don't eat anything
No.
dead. I'm not vegan because every so often I eat some cheese. I still eat pizza, right?
Beans.
I eat beans. I eat a whole food plant based diet. That's what I eat, a whole food plant based diet. I don't eat anything dead, but I can say that um Mother Ayahuasca approaches you how you are, like we talked about your consciousness and how your consciousness is. And so I experienced her just like, I guess, just like myself. I
That's what
guess.
I think. That's what I think as well. If I would have had Valerie's experience, I might have not learned what I had to learn
Right.
because I need to be like roughhoused somewhat. You know what I
You get
mean?
what you
Like,
need.
yeah, you get what
Mm-hmm.
you need. The other part is that I think like ethnicas and places that actually have a business model and stuff like that. You're talking about now. Um, Self-preservation. You're talking about lawsuits. You're talking about stuff. From what we've heard from locals and other people that practice is that um, they kind of acting as or these places go above and beyond with protecting or trying to create the best experience for people. So I think the red meat and all that, you're right, you shouldn't, but it's not like a must. I mean, I know that for some shamans it's like, yeah, you could drink. What are you talking about? Just don't go crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could eat, just don't go eating something that's out of control. You know what I mean? So we've heard all aspects of it, all sides of it. I think that the cleaner you are, the better, and why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I won that drink, that alcohol, I I wanted to taste it, and I remember the guy said, "Yeah, you could taste a little bit. It's not gonna hurt your ayahuasca experience." And I was like, "No, I just flew down to Peru. Like I'm about to get all of it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want. I'll drink when I get home. Thank you
Mm-hmm.
very
I
much.
drink anytime
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
want to.
If I want to, because I'm
Yeah.
not drinking anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the Ethnicos is so good with their protocols that they tell you exactly what not to eat, exactly in what time frame, for 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, not even sex. So they tell you exactly what to do. They gave you a detailed email. How long did it take us to read through that whole email? About an hour? 45 minutes to read through the details of the email. Oh, it's detailed. Oh, it is detailed. And I love it because for your first ayahuasca experience, for me, I felt very taken care of. They will make you feel
yes,
so tended to, so
yes.
taken care of. You will feel like you were in the arms of God. That's how I felt. Like I was in the arms of God. Yeah, they take good care
Yeah.
of you.
So when we bring that retreat for a people, we're definitely gonna try to look into making sure that we have the appropriate staff, support, and all that.
Oh,
I know
excuse me.
that Val and I are definitely
Yeah, the yawns are
going to be doing
contagious.
more, and and the sky's the
Going
limit
back.
because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're going back. We're gonna do other
That's a
stuff as
regular
well.
practice, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
for shizzle,
Mm-hmm.
for shizzle.
And he has much to teach us, and I have much to learn about the plant medicines.
Yep, because we actually both were told that we both could definitely learn to teach, and that the plant wants to work with us, that we're strong and that we're good, and so on. So we're definitely going back to Etnicas, and we're definitely trying to bring that experience here for you guys as well.
Yes.
So
That's a beautiful thing. It's time to wrap it
yeah, it's
up.
time to wrap it up. I think.
Mm-hmm. Time to wrap it up.
So
What's your closing words? Bless me.
bless you.
What's your closing words? Right.
Um, Nothing. Just like live and love hard and fierce,
Mm.
and don't take anything for granted.
Mm. Absolutely.
And know yourself. Know yourself.
Ooh, know thyself.
Yeah, know
And be
yourself.
honest with yourself and follow the divine guidance. God will take you there. God has some place so wonderful for all of us. Just follow the divine plan. God has beyond what you can even ask for or imagine. God has for us. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard what God has for us. It's so good.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I trust that. Yes?
Yes. Salud, salud, Kari. Salud. Thank you for sharing. Well, no, thank you
Oh,
guys for being here.
what an amazing night.
Well, thank you guys. We'll be back next week with an interesting topic. It's all about
That we ourselves had to iron out.
dive into.
He had to take the iron out and iron out some things. Yes, you did. Listen,
Well,
let's just iron this out.
We're talking about
Really clear too.
We're talking
right?
about relationships.
Yeah, relationships,
sex,
all that.
people around you, your
Absolutely,
circle.
Sex and who you're having sex with,
and does it matter?
And doesn't matter, and
loyalty.
Whose business is it anyway?
Loyalty to who?
And codes.
Yeah, codes
Codes
of this world.
Boyfriend codes, girlfriend codes, all that stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be on and popping.
Oh,
it's gonna be on and popping.
Oh.
So we have some stories, we have some examples, we
Yeah,
have some
we
things.
do.
And we're still gonna talk about the 4 agreements at some point and all that. I mean, this is the end of the show.
Yeah.
And you guys can always make comments too. What do you want? But it's gonna get juicy. So bring your lovers, bring your friends, bring your close people.
Bring your husband and your boyfriend.
Bring people.
Bring your wife and your girlfriend.
Bring your best friend.
Your best friend.
And his ex that you're sleeping with now.
Bring the exes.
And let's see.
Bring the current ones.
And let's see what's
all of them.
What's the problem?
Bring your swingers and
why is there a problem?
And your polyamorous ones and bring them all.
Bring them all.
Come on.
We're gonna shut this shit down.
We're gonna heal everybody.
We're gonna show you that it doesn't matter and it's not your damn business.
Anyhow.
Just listen to the 4 agreements on the 5th agreement.
Ooh.
Synchronicity. Wife and girlfriend. Yes, Tawanda.
Because you know what? When I was this was one of the most advanced places.
Gotti, bring your girlfriends. Get a girl.
Bring your girlfriends. Hello. This is one of the most advanced places I was when I was in Kenya. When I was in Kenya and I was in the Maasai village. I'm telling you, I loved what he said in the Maasai village. He said, I have a wife and I have a girlfriend. See, it's very clear. It's only about 80 people in the village. And they all somehow sleeping with each other. I figured this out. Because, for real. But guess how they did it? They had a code. Everybody doesn't just hop in bed with everybody, right? They had a code. He said, I have a wife and I have a girlfriend. I said, oh, you have a wife and you have a girlfriend. So you know what I wanted to know. I'm standing up for the goddess. I want to know, can your wife have a boyfriend? And can your girlfriend have a husband? He said, yes.
That was not the answer you was expecting.
I was not expecting that. Because guess what he said? He said that the part of the code is that you can have a wife and you can have a girlfriend. The requirement is that your girlfriend be married so that she don't come all the time making problems for you and your wife. Because if you have a girlfriend and she don't have nothing better to do with herself, she's just going to be coming with you and your wife and giving y'all issues. No, you need her to go home to her husband.
This is not what the show's going to be about. The show's going to be about...
They had a very
The show's going to be about who could you or could you not sleep with and what's the problem?
And what's the problem?
That's what it's going to be.
Really, ain't no problem.
Who can you sex and why is there a problem?
And why is there a problem? And at the bottom line, the end of the day is anybody.
And the end of the day is you got the problem. And if you got a problem, you need to clear it up.
Clear it up. And I tell you one thing, we went to his house that day. And we met his girlfriend. But I was so intrigued. Now, this was years before Tantra Talks.
But he said a structured party town.
I was so intrigued by this Maasai and what he was talking about that I started asking him questions all about the relationship dynamics. I was intrigued by this. And I said, how do you do that? Like, this town ain't but y'all live in one little hut. Basically, like, it's just like an encampment. It wasn't this big, huge city. So, and there's only about 80 people in this whole village. How do y'all do this? He said, when my wife goes to fetch water at the river, then me and my girlfriend will go to the bush. And I said, oh, I understand.
The burning bush.
To the bush. And then he said that his girlfriend has her husband. So what that told me was the dynamic was equal, that she could have a boyfriend if she had a husband, and that the husband also had a girl and a boyfriend. It was very also had a girlfriend.
That bush could talk.
It was very interesting. It was very fascinating. And I bet when the men are away killing the lions, I bet the women are all getting busy. Hey, why not? I'm telling you, they had a
this is how he likes it.
They had a very free, open system, and it was really beautiful. And there was there was like no shame. There wasn't any kind of stuff on it. There wasn't any of that. It simply was. But in a lot of indigenous places where Aboriginal people are, they don't have issues around, Christians brought a lot of that stuff. They don't have issues around sex and all that kind of stuff. People have sex. People having sex. People are having sex. I'm done. And that's it, and that's all.
And we're out.
And we're out. Peace. Oh, Witch and the Wizard. Oh, am I backwards? Where am I? Oh, it don't matter because it's still a W. Oh, G. Wow.
Where do we end this?